I'm live. Sorry I'm late. I was reading about Ariana Fletcher and Alexis Sky's birthdays. I did not know them bitches damn near had the same birthday. I want to watch Idlewild today because I'm in the mood for Idlewild. So I want to watch Idlewild today, and then Black Dynamite, and then Umbrella Academy Season 2, which comes out at the end of this month. Hi, Alexia, at work. How's work going? Hi, Jules. Hi, Roderick. I want to watch Idlewild. Hi, Vanity. Hi, the boy in blue. Sorry, my hand. Sorry. Jules, Roderick. Hi, Miracle. Boy in blue, Vanity. Hi, Javon. Going good. Just got there. You better clock in soon. It's been a while now, right? It's been like at least a month or two, Alexia. Hi, Queen. Oh, hi, Phoebe. You hit me up on Instagram, right? I saw it. I have not gotten to it yet, but I saw it. Or you hit me up somewhere, Phoebe. Yes, I saw it. I have like a lot of DMs right now. Hope everyone has a great day. Hi, Kayla. Hi, Yaba. Hi, Deja. Jason. Hi, by any means necessary. You have the exact same name on Instagram, too. Right, yeah, I saw it. It's in the, so when you get a DM from somebody that you've like never corresponded with before, Instagram puts, I find this to be really weird. Instagram puts the DM in like it puts it in like a separate folder. And if you don't remember to fucking check it, it just like sits there. Hi, Muffin. By any means necessary, Davey. I want to watch Idlewild. It looks like it's on Crackle. If anybody has Crackle. It looks like you could rent it on Amazon Prime. It's taking a while to load on Crackle for some reason. I don't think it was supposed to be Idlewild today, but I want to watch Idlewild today. I'm just in the mood for it. It says here that it's on Crackle, Queen. I can't get it to load, but that could just be, you know, I have a Mac. Sometimes shit loads weird on here. It's also available on Amazon Prime for rent. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Savannah. Yeah, I want to do Idlewild today, and then we can do Black Dynamite, the show. And then we can do Umbrella Academy Season 2, which comes out at the end of this month. Oh, is it on YouTube? They're really putting a lot of movies on YouTube. No, it's not a booze bake just yet. But you could drink, Jules. Oh, it's one of those movies that you can buy or rent from YouTube. For rent, yeah. Queen put a link for anyone that wants to rent it from YouTube. For people that feel comfortable renting but don't want to rent it from Amazon, which makes perfect sense. Hi, Jay Malik. Hi, Tim. Wait, Paula Patton. I just seen a picture of Paula Patton with like short blonde hair. I haven't seen a picture of Paula Patton in a while. Is this how she looks now? She's like she has like short platinum blonde hair. Since when is this? Since when has this? Something on my computer screen. She cut her hair? Wow. Well, Crackle's not working for me, but maybe some of you can get it to work if you have the app or something. But Idlewild. How's everybody doing? It's kind of hot. Yeah, I filmed a video. Hi, Chassis. I filmed a video, a car video, but I did not post it. Hi, Marion. Because I don't want to hurt people's feelings. And I feel like it's going to hurt people's feelings. It's hot, right, Queen? It's in the triple digits in Texas. It's hot as fuck. Do it. Hurt us. I don't want to hurt people's feelings because I feel like just like I said in my original live, this is why you don't mess with motherfuckers that are married. Now that we have all the information and they've told their side of the story, to me, these just sounded, I was like, oh, so these are side piece chronicles. I was like, these are side piece chronicles. And that's it. Like, that's it. Yeah, Will and Jada made it clear they're a united front and August was merely an entanglement. Right. And I felt like that's like it was conveniently left out that they were separated. Now that all the information has came out, I feel like the story makes a lot more sense. Just like when God's child, aka J.R. Smith's wife, tried to come out with these accusations. And then J.R. Smith was like, what God's child conveniently didn't tell y'all is that we were separated. Like, that's just, it just, to me, it just sounds like they were separated. They were going through a rough patch and they decided to work it out. Which is what happens when you mess with people that are fucking married. Just like fucking G. Just this whole thing is like a Great Gatsby tale to me. Like, and that's what happens when you mess with people that are fucking married. Like, and the Keke Palmer thing, like, I was just like, see, like, this motherfucker, I don't know. I was just like, he's a motherfucker. I don't know. That's just how I feel. I did want to watch The Old Guard with Keke Palmer. Like, it's a very Great Gatsby tale. Like, he thought, this is literally what I said in my car video, and I was just like, he thought that it was something that it wasn't. He got totally obsessed with her and fucking got his feelings hurt when she decided, oh, I said Keke Palmer, Lord, yes, Keke Lane. He got totally obsessed with her and got his feelings hurt when she decided to work things out with her husband, which is what happens when you knowingly, willingly involve yourself with people that are married. And I don't feel no sympathy for people that get involved with married people. And I think a lot of people, just like I said in my last live, are fucking with people that are married, or, you know, they fucking with motherfuckers that are entangled. And they think, you know, that they're going to come out on top. And you never come out on top in them type of situations. Because the married people are always going to present a united front. And even the people that are like, oh, they don't believe it, they think Will and Jada are lying and this, that, and the third. They could be motherfucking lying, but they're presenting a united front as married people. Like, they could come out and say whatever they want. They obviously decided they're going to stay together and they're going to present a united front. Like, and that's what people do when they're married. And this is why you don't get involved with people that are married, which I know I said at least 20 times in my original live stream. But people want to be involved with married people and then get hurt. And then when they get hurt, they want to blow up somebody else's life. And for all the people that are like, well, you know, August has a right to heal however he wants. I think that's a totally different conversation for how, I saw this term recently that I really like. It's like toxic positivity or something like that, which is people feeling like because they're healing, they have the right to fucking fuck up other people's lives and then be like, well, I'm healing. I mean, like, you know, yes, you have the right to fucking do whatever you want. We all have the right to do whatever we want, but When you go around trying to mess up people's lives, don't hit the nuclear button, try to blow up somebody's life and not expect repercussions. Like, and I think there's a lot of people that are really selfish and they feel like, well, I'm hurt and I'm healing, so I could do whatever I want. And I could just be like, well, this is me trying to heal. And all them people that feel that way gonna get theirs in the end. That's how I really feel. Like, y'all gonna get yours in the end. Hi, Mar. And I said that in my video too, but like, I listened to the video back and it was like a little extra. I was in the car. Y'all know when I be in the car, I just be going with no filter. It's like it's not even that long. It's like 7 or 8 minutes of me being like, now that we have all the facts, this is what it is. This is a scorned side piece tale trying to come back and blow up people's lives because the married people decided to stay together. Like, we would have never heard about any of this if Jada had left Will and married August Alsina. We would have never heard about none of this. We heard about it because he's scorned and malicious. If they were still happy, we would have never knew. And I felt like with what was revealed, again, it's like they're married and they decided, you know, Will knew, like, they talked about it. Will just held Jada accountable himself and they moved forward in their marriage. That's all they could do. This nigga's left out in the cold. Now he's lashing out at Keke Palmer. Sir. Like, sir. You mad because they did a whole red table talk saying they staying together. So now you tweeting Keke Palmer about I don't even know what fucking nonsense. Like, no, nobody wants your ass. Nobody's claiming you. That's why you're upset. We all know. And I think that a lot of people can relate to that because a lot of people, I mean, everybody's been hurt, you know? Everybody's been hurt. Then August had the audacity to come at Keke Palmer. That completely turned me off from him. He has serious issues. Hi, how are you doing, Mar? How's Seattle? Everyone is glossing over they were broken apart. Married folks' business. I told y'all. The Old Guard is a movie, right? Or is it a show? Old Guard was amazing. Hurt their feelings. People that decide to mess with married people need the tough words. I did. Oh, okay. So it's a movie. Did love the movie. Hope they do an Old Guard 2 or a limited series. It's such a good movie. Yeah. Keke Palmer. Yeah. Sorry. I said Keke. I got Keke Lane and Palmer because we're talking about both Kekes. The single one has no say or rights to anything. If you do get involved with a married person, you have to play your position. Yeah, toxic positivity, queen. Really interesting phrase that I like a lot. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish by telling this, but it seems like he's salty he didn't get the girl in the end. Hi, Chris. We got to kick the habit of glamorizing affairs. That's a trend. It does seem intended with ill will and malice from August to air it out. It was a personal thing. What's MLMs? Yes, I learned that term, toxic positivity, in a documentary about MLMs. What's that? We're going to watch Idlewild. Has anyone listened to his new album? Is his music good enough to be backing up this mess? And I definitely think he caused this mess for attention. Why try to F everyone's ish up? Because he's mad. I totally agree. I'm tired of the August Alsina pity party. He made a decision, and these are the results of that decision. And I also said in the video, and I know people aren't going to like this. I also said in my car video that I recorded that, you know, is it also not, multi-level marketing, pyramid schemes? Okay. I also feel like if we're going to talk about, you know, behavior, Niggas also like reach out to women all the time when they're going through like a rough patch with their nigga and be like, you can cry on my shoulder. And I said in my car video, I was like, what they really mean is you can come cry on this dick. You know, like, people act like niggas don't do this type of thing all the time and then try to air the woman out. Like, whatever though. People try to act like this shit doesn't happen every day. Like, whatever though. I don't coddle men. Like, I just don't. MLM is basically a pyramid scheme. All those T's and things we see on Instagram. Multi-level marketing are pyramid schemes, okay? Where am I gonna watch Idlewild? I wanted to watch it on Crackle, but it's not loading for me. So I'll probably either watch it on YouTube or Amazon Prime. I'll probably watch it on Amazon Prime. They dealt with it within their marriage and healed. The rest of this is all the way goofy. Right, exactly, Janae. Getting back at others is a part of their healing. Right. There's a lot of people that don't want to admit that getting back on people is a part of their healing. They want to like really ruin people's lives. And then they be like, well, I have the right to heal however I want. Again, like people do have you can do whatever you want, but you're going to come across the wrong one, especially if you're messing with people that are married. Like, we just watched Great Gatsby and motherfuckers ended up dead at the end. Like, y'all keep messing with people this way, you're going to come across the wrong one. Like, seriously. People they sit on the internet all day and they do not think about real life. Like, all this, like, well, I can heal however I want. I can just say and do whatever I want. Like, yeah, say and do whatever you want until you come across the wrong one in real life. And then, best of luck. I'll say a prayer for you. Seattle's still a loaf of sunbeam. You cool? If you're gonna be a side piece, at least get something out of it. Don't leave brokenhearted. What do you think about comments that Jada took advantage of a younger adolescent that was probably going through mental issues? August Alsina was not an adolescent. I think that everybody sounds like they have lost their fucking minds calling a grown-ass man an adolescent. They're doing this because we infantilize and we coddle men, especially black men. Like, adolescent? That's a joke. Adolescent? Really? Okay. Like, people want these niggas to be little kids so bad. Just like that woman that was like, he's a baby, he reminds me of my son. Like, y'all want these niggas to be children so bad. Y'all really want to like bring these niggas to your bosom so you can just like rock them. Like, these niggas are not children. Baby Boy, we need to watch Baby Boy for Beast Bake, because John Singleton made a whole motherfucking classic, talking about the ways that we fucking infantilize and coddle men, and especially black men in our community, that we treat them like children, that we do not ever hold them accountable for their actions, that we do not force them to grow up even when they're making adult decisions, like running around out here fucking these bitches and getting them pregnant, which is exactly what Jody was doing. Like, adolescent? No. That was a grown-ass man that knew exactly what he was doing. Like, no. I do not feel no sympathy whatsoever. No sympathy whatsoever at all. And it's just like, okay, people want to talk about like emotional trauma and all that. I'm pretty sure motherfucking Nevadius Cash Wilburn has fucking emotional trauma. all these bitches he's fucking, getting all these hoes pregnant, and this, that, and the third. Like, I'm pretty sure there's something emotionally wrong with him behind that. Is that, but so what? Like, that doesn't make what the nigga is doing okay. Like, no. And all them bitches that keep fucking the nigga getting pregnant by him are in this exact same mindset of like, he's a kid, he's a child, he's a baby. I'm gonna be the one to take care of him and raise him up. I'm not trying to raise up no nigga that I have not pushed out of my vagina. I'm not trying to sorry, like, I'm not infantilizing no grown-ass man, especially no grown-ass man that's literally grown over the age of 21. Like, the nigga can go to a motherfucking bar, a motherfucking liquor store. I didn't know adolescents could go to the liquor store and motherfucking buy Henny. I didn't know. But, like, y'all coddle these niggas. Y'all baby them. Baby boy. Like, that's it. I don't do that. I don't do that. And like I said, people want to talk about trauma. I do think that they trauma bonded because, which I saw, I think the boy in blue said, or somebody else said, I do think they trauma bonded because, like, Jada also suffered from trauma. She was raised, we were just talking about this, like, she was raised in Baltimore by 2 heroin addicts. I think there's a lot of, like, young people and kids that maybe don't know. Number one, people that have never been married don't understand marriage, don't understand serious relationships at all, throwing their 2 cents in. 1. 2, I think there's a lot of, like, young people that maybe are not aware of, like, Will and Jada's upbringing either. Like, they think Fresh Prince of Bel-Air is real, like the nigga was raised in Beverly Hills or something. Like, that's just a show. Like, Jada was also came from a traumatic background with, like, heroin addicted parents in Baltimore, and tons of trauma and pot getting killed and all these things. And now we know she was in a difficult spot in her marriage, you know, a rough point in her marriage. And this man, grown-ass man, not an adolescent, willingly got involved in their situation when he knew they were separated. He got in too deep. He got in over his head, fell in love with a married woman, and she decided to work it out with her husband. She told him what happened. He held her accountable, and they moved forward in their marriage privately. This is a scorned side piece that's upset, that decided to try and blow up these people's lives years later for clout for an album and a so-called book. And I don't feel sorry for him at all. And if we want to also talk about, like, and I also think that him trying to get involved when he knew she was going through a rough point in her marriage was fucked up too. Like, why you getting involved with their marriage? Get out of their marriage. And he's not no fucking kid. He knew exactly what he was doing. Fuck out of here. He was a grown-ass man. Fuck out of here. Grown-ass man taking care of kids of his own, but y'all want to call him a baby. Please watch Baby Boy. Baby Boy. Who hasn't seen Baby Boy? Who hasn't seen Baby Boy by John Singleton? Because this is a baby boy tale. Baby Boy meets motherfucking G, Great Gatsby. Meets how Stella got her groove back, too. That's it. That's just really... August is big bitter that Jada chose her husband. And that's really how I feel. Like, that's really how I feel for real. Like, I just don't... Y'all love to baby these niggas. Not y'all. And when I say y'all, I don't mean like y'all, literally like y'all. I'm just saying in general. Like, people really love... Like, in the black community, we have a serious issue with infantilizing black men. The fact that there's a whole fucking movie about it... Baby Boy, like... It's an issue. Like, it's a problem. Like, these niggas are never wrong. They never have to be held accountable for their actions. And we treat them like children. Like, no, they're grown men. Like, let them be accountable for the things that they're doing. Please. It's 2020. What year did Baby Boy come out? Somebody tell me. Hi, Ori. Like, I mean, where I'm from, we say y'all. So, I'm not going to stop saying y'all. But, people... Baby Boy, what was that? 2002? 2001. 18, 19 years, 20 years, and people still infantilizing these niggas, acting like they don't have no choice. Get the fuck out of here. Jada Pinkett did not put a gun to August's head, tell him, come take a dive in this married pussy. Like, y'all sound delusional. That's just really how I feel. That's how people are acting. And there's, like, definitely a gendered sexism element to it as well. Like, absolutely. Because I really genuinely feel that if this were a younger woman that got involved with a married man, and then the relationship ended, and then the man decided to stay with his wife, and then this jilted woman decided to fucking make a whole album and book years later to try to destroy their fucking lives, after everything has already been said and done, everybody would be calling her a fucking whore and a homewrecker. Like, there's never any fucking grace given to whores that are women. Like, there's never any grace given to whores that are women. If this was fucking Lyra Galore, which I'm pretty sure I also use as an example in my like original live, like Lyra Galore, who's from Philly, who grew up in a horrible environment, like emotionally scarred, tons of trauma. She ended up pregnant at the same time as another girl by the nigga from Quality Control and all that. Nobody was like, let's talk about Lyra Galore's mental state. Let's talk about, why did she do this and how did she get involved in this situation, and how do we feel about, we never know. Everybody was like, Lyra is stupid as fuck, that she shouldn't have got involved. It was none of that. Like, we're only having this conversation because he's a man and we baby these niggas. Like, that's it. R. Kelly, I see what you put, Queen. R. Kelly, who actually was fucking molesting and grooming underage little girls. It had to be a whole written expose. Some fucking white man had to write about it in a newspaper. This dude had to do a whole series of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 written pieces, 2 documentaries, all type of shit for us to even fucking talk about R. Kelly. Like, and it's still to this day people that's like, well, I don't give a fuck, I'm gonna keep on listening to his music, but y'all wanna fucking talk about fucking Jada, who fucking fucked a grown-ass man while she was separated from her husband? Are y'all on fucking crack? Like, it's cause you only care about these niggas. Like, that's just how I feel. Like, I don't fucking care. Like, I don't fucking care. He knowingly got involved with them and got burned. That's what happens when you mess with married people. And he conveniently left out that they were separated. Very conveniently. Did you hear me, the boy in blue? I said it was just like God's Child. Do you remember when God's Child conveniently left out the separation? People love leaving out a separation. They love leaving out a separation when they're talking about people. That part mysteriously gets left the fuck out. Hi, Jaren. And then for the people that's like, oh, well, they don't believe that they were separated. Even if you don't believe it, guess what? They presented a united married front, and that's their story, and they sticking to it. And ain't nothing none of us could do about it because we're not in their marriage. And that's why you don't get involved with married people. Because they're going to stick together, and they're going to leave your ass out in the cold. And I don't feel bad. Right, which was a lie, Nicole, which was a bold-faced lie. The whole story that he told made no sense. And now we have the background information. My older coworker will slut-shame any woman, but is still bumping R. Kelly at the shop. Dude left out that it wasn't an affair. Jaren. People are definitely using this situation to cut their losses for the amount of men that's been put on blast this year for their behavior. And I even feel like now, knowing what we know about the fact that it ended and everybody moved on and went their separate ways, and then like he still continued trying even after. Bro, stalker, fatal attraction. He probably wanted to kill both of them and kill himself. Like, I would have been like, get the fuck away from me. No one was upset about D Wade's break baby. I know that hurt Gabby to her core due to her issues. Right. And people have so much to say about Gabrielle Union. Now, I will say, like, Gabrielle Union is not my favorite person in the world either. But people have so much to say about Gabrielle Union. Perfect example. I'm so glad you brought her up, Vanity. Because people have so much to say about Gabrielle Union, how she's this horrible person. What are they doing? This, that, and the third. Blah, blah, blah. But nobody ever brings up the fact that Gabrielle Union suffered from a brutal rape, right? People love talking about how she's a mean girl and she's this and she's that. They don't like her, da 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 da. Nobody ever talks about the fact that she was brutally raped in the back of a fucking Payless or something like that, a fucking shoe store that she was working in. And the only reason why she got away was because she watched a fucking Oprah Winfrey special where they were fucking teaching women defensive techniques. And she used the techniques, and that's how she got away. And she was, like, literally afraid that the dude was going to kill her. Yes, and the rumor is that that's why she can't have biological children. That's why they used a surrogate. Because she was brutally raped, and her, like, her uterus is, like, messed up. But people have so much to say about she can't have kids, she's a mean girl, she's a whore, they use a surrogate, this, that. Nobody's ever talking about what's Gabrielle Union's mental states. But we got to have all these deep down conversations about grown ass August Alsina who got knowingly involved with a married couple in his fucking mental state. Are you serious? Baby boy, period. Baby boy meets the Great Gatsby is this whole story. Right, it's sick. It's sick. Motherfuckers don't have nothing to give no black women, so I don't have nothing to give these niggas. And I don't feel bad. Like I said, I'm not trying to raise up no nigga that I didn't push out. If y'all want to fucking bring these niggas to your bosom and rock them, you know, that's your business. But not me. I'm about to start Idlewild in a minute. Hi, Southern Sorcerer. Hi to anybody that I missed. Where are we? Let me just look at some of these comments before I start Idlewild. Let's see. People also act like he was mentally unstable to the point where he couldn't make decisions. He could still make decisions. He was still grown. I had a friend whose husband died the day after she had so many dudes contacting her. Right, talking about come cry on my shoulder, aka my penis. As someone who has mental health issues, I know right from wrong, what will benefit me or not. I still have a damn brain. I mean, yeah, we could also talk about, is it ableist that people are acting like, you know, people that have emotional problems can't make decisions. What? Like, the nigga doesn't deserve to be locked up in a fucking psych ward. Hi, Alex. They trauma bonded, but she didn't prey on him. Hi, Alexandra. There will always be consequences. Jada and Will been married for over 2 decades. August dumb as fuck if he thinks Jada was gonna just up and leave Will. So true, you could say and do what you want, but there are consequences. Hi, Olivia. We're watching Idlewild, but I have not started yet. You can hurt people while you heal. It's not a justification. We're trekking through an accountability desert. Adolescence ends after 18. They're talking about him like he was somebody's 16-year-old. It's weird. My uncle refers to men like that by saying they're still sucking on that titty. I G-check people who call me baby or kid. Hi, KP. John Singleton did make a classic that explained exactly the ways we baby and pacify black boys and men. People want to infantilize August so they could have a way to go back and excuse other behavior like R. Kelly's. Men are tired about being called out for being predators and their creepy behavior. They're grasping at whatever they can to try to justify their own actions. Jada was raised by drug addicts, and that can have lasting effects, and she was going through the possible death of her marriage. They definitely trauma bonded. And I feel like if these were two regular people, like, regular people go through life with trauma every single day and trauma bond. Like, it happens. Hi, Bambusa. Will's dad was an alcoholic and beat his mom, too. They both have trauma. August sounds like an opportunist to me, not a victim. and a jilted former lover, a scorned side piece, the most accurate thing I've heard thus far. Hi, Free Your Mind and Your Ass Will Follow. I can't believe he did all that for his album to still flop. He's bitter. Jada chose her husband. Baby Boy is my movie. Taraj's breakout role. Never get involved with a married person. Whole situation sounds like a Lifetime movie in the making. Or we're watching Idlewild today. How Stella got her groove back is my movie. Accountability is the first step towards healing. I think it's because we know what... Oh, this is a good comment, Nicole. I think it's because we know what black men go through, so we try to overcompensate to the detriment of black women. I have to fight my mom not to do it. Not to baby you, the boy in blue. I have to fight my mom not to do it. It doesn't help that I'm still living at home. Need to move the fuck out. Need my own life. I agree. Had the same conversation. Black people raise their sons and baby... Sorry. Black people raise their daughters and baby their sons. Black people raise their daughters to be grown from... Oops. Shoot. Sorry. Black people raise their daughters to be grown from the age of motherfucking coming out the womb. You 7, 8 years old being told you can't wear shorts in the house because it's men in the house. Like, black girls are raised to be fucking grown from day one, but niggas get to be adolescents at 22. Like, what? That shit is funny. What? That shit's really funny. Somebody said August's album is his version of Lemonade. I said, yeah, Lemonade, if it was from the perspective of Becky with the good hair. That's all this shit is. If Becky with the good hair came out next year, whoever she is, with a fucking album and a book talking about Jay-Z and Beyonce, we will all be looking like, sis, nobody cares. Like, they've already... Well, I know people would be interested just because, but, like, they've moved on. They've worked through it in their marriage. Like, you're scorned. That's it. Can we be real about another thing? A lot of people pursue involve people as an ego boost. They want to be able to say that they took someone from somebody else. Yeah. Women in all these situations get dragged. I used to be friends with a lot of niggas that love pursuing women with boyfriends just for the satisfaction of being able to say they fucked another nigga's bitch. I think Davey also said, like, MILF hunters. Like, nobody wants to talk about how niggas prey on women in these type of positions all the time. Nobody wants to talk about that. People drag Superhead. She came from a toxic and violent home and was in an abusive relationship after abusive relationship. Little Kim. And people just call the women stupid. Nobody cares about a woman's perspective or mental state. Gabrielle Union and Alicia Keys were entanglements that became marriages. August did want to be like them. Fam Samity Sam. August is somewhere right now as we speak. What was that Alicia Keys album? The Element of Freedom or something like that? That the whole album was about being fucking Swiss Beat's side piece and try to get him to leave his wife. August is somewhere listening to that shit right now crying. Slut shaming. No one was upset about D-Wade's break, baby. They said they were in their marriage for life. They said till death do us part, War of the Roses type thing. August gives me the vibe of those stalker boyfriends in the Tyler Perry movies. Yeah, Gabrielle Union, it was at gunpoint. Yes. It was at gunpoint. Yeah, y'all could Google it. Hi, Diego. K. Michelle said you can't raise a man. Hi, Brooke. We're watching Idlewild, but we haven't started yet. So let me get ready, and we'll start in a minute. They even made fun of Gabrielle Union for taking that picture in a hospital gown on the bed, holding her baby, asking why is she wearing that. She didn't even give birth. Black women are never given empathy. No, we're gonna do. I decided I wanted to watch Idlewild today. I was in the mood for it, Nicole. So we're gonna do Idlewild today. It says it's available on Crackle. If any of you have Crackle, it's also available for rent on Amazon Prime or YouTube. No, that's not the password. It's not the password? What's the password? I'm so bad at passwords, y'all. Let's see if that's it. No, not now. But Idlewilds, and then Black Dynamite, the show, and then Umbrella Academy season 2. People were mad at Solange for hitting Jay-Z and Beyonce for not jumping in, but yet 444 was called some of his best work, and he was commended for being so open. Exploitation of mental health issues. It's a very good point. It does sound a little ableist. Like, people are acting like as if August Alsina is, like, feeble-minded or something. Like, no. Like, there's nothing wrong with him. Like, he has trauma, but he's not, like, fucking slow or something. Like, I don't know the right way to say it without, you know, being offensive or whatever. But hi, Trey. Hi, Valia. August sounds like a clout chaser. My aunt babied her son until she died, and then after she died, he was lost. I would get into arguments with my mom about coddling my older brother. He's in his late 30s and still acts like a teenager. Grown men being babied at 35 and 45. Men are infantilized and women are sexualized. Yes, and I think that's what's happening right here. Like, a man being infantilized, and a black man being infantilized, and a black woman being hypersexualized. That one girl really called 22 a baby. 22's a whole college grad. Hi, Marcus. SZA was dragged for promoting Struggle Love because of her song The Weeknd. It's normalized as fuck. Artificial lemon drink by August Alsina. I know, we haven't started. We about to start. August is somewhere listening to Willow Smith's latest album, crying in the shower. Will and Jada do not look like they interact healthily as a married couple, but they've decided to stay married. So I don't want to say that it's none of our business, because they are public figures, so people are going to talk. But they've decided to stay married, so it really doesn't matter if we think it's healthy or not. We, as outsiders, they've decided to stay married. We can't force them to break up. Not saying that you want anybody, like, you know, not saying that that's what you're saying, but, like, no matter what we think about their marriage or how their marriage works, they've decided to stay together. They say their marriage is not open. They said that they were separated when all this was going on, and that they worked it out then, and that I guess they're still working on it now, which is why you don't get involved with married people, because no matter how you feel like the shit is not healthy, I really just keep thinking about Great Gatsby because we just watched G. Like, no matter how you feel, like, in Gatsby, he felt like I could love the bitch better. Like, her nigga's cheating on her. He's not paying her no attention. Even the bitch he's cheating on her with, he's beating her, putting hands on her. Like, I can love you better. Like, we were together first, and, you know, you left me because I was broke, but now I'm rich. Like, come be with me, da-da-da-da-da. She had a whole affair. Daisy had a whole affair. Sky and G had a whole affair with the nigga, had him thinking all this shit, and then at the end of the day was like, actually, no, I'm good. I'm going to stay with my man. Like, it doesn't matter. After her man yoked her up, pushed her up against the wall, everything. We could feel how we want about that from the outside, but don't get involved in people's marriages, because that's their mess. That's their mess. That's their mess by law. Like, they are bonded in that mess by law. Bye, Mar. They're bonded in that mess by law. That's what I, like, when I said in my other live, when I was like, people don't understand marriage. Like, marriage is a fucking bond between you, another person, and the state. It doesn't matter how unhealthy we think it is from the outside, all that. They've decided they're going to stay together. So, that's it. Right. If I know someone in an unhealthy relationship, I'll let them know my opinion, but will leave it there and distance myself if I need to. Exactly. You don't wade into their situation to make it fucking creepier because you're trying to get something out of it for yourself. That makes you the motherfucking creep. Like, When Will and Jada say bad marriage for life, they meant that shit, right? Like that's their mess, Brooke. Like they're like, it might be mess, it might be unhealthy, it might be this, that, and the third, but it's our motherfucking mess, and we not breaking up. People don't understand that shit about marriage. People don't understand that shit about marriage. It's people to this day hate each other's motherfucking guts, messy as fuck. They will never get a divorce. Like, that's why you don't fuck with motherfuckers that are married. Because you the one that's going to end up hurt. I'm starting Idlewild. I'm about to start. Marriage is a business. And then for them too, their marriage is definitely a business. Like, they have money tied up in it. They have their children tied up in it. They have so much stuff tied up in it. Like, again, like, that's their mess. If they decide they want to stay in their mess, it's motherfucking cheaper to keep her. Haven't we all heard that saying? Like, like, if Will decide he want to stay in that mess because they don't have no prenup and it's motherfucking cheaper to keep her, and you close your legs to married men, Nene voice, and married women too. Like, don't get involved. People get involved and then be shocked. Yes. Hi, Brooks. Yeah, this is our energy. This is our energy every Sunday. We be here. I just started, y'all. I just started Idlewild. For anybody that's watching along, y'all don't have to watch as always, but oh shit, I just realized my headphones are not plugged in. You guys didn't tell me. Y'all trying to get me on a copyright strike. Oh, y'all just told me. I was like, why does it sound like that? And then I realized, I was like, oh shit, my shit not fucking plugged in. Hold on. I know, I just saw it. I wasn't looking, I saw it late. I was like, damn, y'all ain't tell me. And then I seen y'all comments. But we started. Yeah, I haven't seen this movie in a while either, Brooke. My grandparents never got divorced. Even after my grandma attempted to run your grandpa over, don't mess with married people. Like, married people, like, they will fight, they will fuss and fight, curse each other out, you know, all type of stuff. Have you thinking all type of stuff. Like, no, I'm done, that's it, da-da-da-da-da. And then they show up hand in hand. And you looking like, I thought, like, nigga, you motherfucking thought. Like, I'm from DC. Even at a funeral. I'm from DC. And I know, I just seen that K. Michelle comment, and I know K. Michelle was out here trying to fucking probably raise her fair share of niggas. Idris Elba played the shit out of her. Oh, he's touching the dead guy! Wakes are so weird. I wish Andre 3000 would do some more movies. Even though I know he's on that show now, Dispatchers from the Beyond or whatever the fuck it's called. I would get into arguments. Oh, wait, I see. There go the rooster. Where was I? I lost where I was in the comments. Talk about the ladies. Hi, Blackwoods. August listening to I'd Rather Go Blind by Etta James. I'm seeing men and women using Jada to drag women in general while coddling the men. Damn, now that I think about it, I think I might be babying my little bro. It happens. August listening to I Should Have Cheated by Keisha Cole. I was arguing with a grown man who was calling August a baby, yet they turn around and say that underage girls who are preyed on by grown men should have known better and they act grown. Exactly, Dalia. I'm gonna read that one again. I was arguing with a grown man who was calling August a baby, yet they turn around and say that underage girls who were preyed on by grown men should have known better and they act grown. I remember when I was younger, people used to say that about Aaliyah. People don't say that now because, like, the public sort of image of Aaliyah has, like, changed. But I remember when I was, like, young, people used to say that about Aaliyah and R. Kelly. Because, you know, like, he preyed on her and, like, their whole marriage when she was, like, 15 or whatever the fuck. Like, and people used to say that about Aaliyah. They used to be like, well, she's grown and, you know, if she want to be with him, you know, da-da-da-da-da. Like, she's the one that's fast. Like, she was the one that was 14, 15 singing about this. Like, it was, like, black girls be grown from the womb. Niggas be 35, still adolescent. Baby boy. The bottom line, do not get involved with married people. That's it. Mad real world. No more diaper privilege. Marriage is a contract. It's an agreement. Why are people taking their mess personal? Because people hop in and out of marriage like car doors. I think that is a part of it too. Free your mind and your ass will follow. Because people view marriage a different way. But, like, you have to also understand that, like, Will and Jada are from a different generation. They've obviously decided they're not getting a divorce. So they set the parameters for their marriage. Sorry, yeah, sorry, y'all could hear the audio, yeah. Entanglements during separation are common, I know firsthand. Young people think marriage is some fairy tale. Yes, I was talking to one of my best friends about this also. You also have to understand, when you've been married fucking 25, 30, 40, 45, 50 years, you know, a long time, your relationship is going to go through ups and downs. This is like some real shit. Your relationship is going to go through up and downs. Like, there might be times that you separate. Like, not to say that every single marriage people separate or, you know, whatever, but, like, when you're married a long time and you do have a commitment to not walking away, which they clearly have, your relationship is going to go through some ups and downs. We don't have to understand it. We're on the outside looking in. They've decided what it's going to be for them. Anybody that gets involved with them has to know what it is. I feel like if you're at the point of separation, maybe marriage ain't worth it to you. And you can choose to conduct your marriage and your relationship however you want. But we don't get to dictate how other people conduct their marriages. If they've decided that they got through their separation, and I feel like they've been very open about saying, like, we've cracked each other's heads open. Like, I hope they didn't mean literally, but, you know, you really don't know. But they've been very open about saying, like, we've cracked each other's heads open and gotten up the next day and looked at each other and made the decision to remain together. That's their decision. That's their decision. As long as they're not doing anything illegal, which they're not doing. Like, they're not doing anything illegal. That's their marriage. And I also think that marriage is not for everybody. I think there's a lot of people that feel like, you know, they're going to get married and it's going to be rainbows and butterflies and, you know, all type of shit. And they're going to wake up every morning for the rest of their life and look at each other so in love. And that's not how it works either. Look at Macy. I thought this movie was so good. I thought it was really underrated. Marriage isn't for me. Trey, it's not. You saying it's not for you either, the boy in blue? Like, marriage is it's a commitment. Like, and you do have some people that say, you know, they say they really feel when I said death do us part, like, break babies, outside babies, separations, affairs, you beating on me, I'm beating on you. Like, And we can feel how we feel about that, our, you know, our personal opinions, but it's people that feel like they're committed, they're gonna stay. Sorry, I had to move it. I'm at about 9 minutes. 9:01. Macy Gray's performing. My cousin ran away because of his parents' toxic marriage. Where's Macy Gray now? What's she doing now? Yes, the costumes and choreo is great. Oh, okay. I was agreeing with what you were saying earlier, Seren. I might one day get married. Yeah, they had like 5 or 6 children. Look how young Big Boy is. It's starting to take a toll on me and the kids. Cover your ears. In this hoe house. Child, this ain't no respectable business. You a motherfucking lie. Young people think marriage is some fairy tale. I was 19 when a married man pursued me. I told him to go back to his wife. By the way, I was battling with a lot of issues at the time too. Right. And then Leah, you know, if you had got involved and that ended up blowing up in your face, everybody would have blamed you. Nobody would have been like, all this. Y'all think there could be an Idlewild 2? I remember they were saying it was going to be one, but they never made one. Reminds me of that couple in Lackawanna Blues, straight trying to cut each other, but they act all cute and happy the next day. And even if you take marriage out of it for right now, don't we all know at least one couple like this? And then they always be like, that's it, I'm done, we breaking up. And then the very next day, they be back together. Don't we all know somebody like this? And anybody that gets involved in a relationship, you know, as a third party in a relationship like that, and then especially a marriage where they have a legal binding contract, I don't have no sympathy. Like, you got yourself involved with mess, and then you got dirty, you got messy. I'll say it again, I want Andre's clothing line. I don't think 3 Stacks is up for making new music. Nah, he said I don't want to say he said he's tired of music, but after they like blew up and now people are so obsessed with him, it seems like Andre 3000 doesn't like it very much. I hate the fast girl sentiment. Right, we were saying, right, a lot of people said that. They were like, well, Aaliyah said that age ain't nothing but a number, so what's the big deal? Apparently age ain't nothing but a number, only applies to women. I remember seeing an old Aaliyah and R. Kelly interview. The interviewer was asking if they were dating as if it was the most casual thing in the world. So many people failed that girl. She was 15. They did a study on it. The adultification of black girls is real. Thought about it? I've thought about it. I'm now 80% convinced that I baby my little brother. I sometimes do things for him that I was doing for myself when I was younger than him. How did this happen? Why do you think you do that, Nicole? Do you think it's just something that comes naturally, or... That's a great name. Free your mind and your ass will follow. That's from En Vogue. Free your mind. The rest will follow. Human relationships in general are hard. My great-grandfather had like 40 kids, 17 from his wife. Literally nobody mentions it. People are jealous of Will and Jada because they actually want to put in the work to make their marriage work. Not everyone can find a partner like that. Every relationship goes through things. Never get too conceited and think you could break up someone's marriage or long-term relationship. When you have a lot of assets, divorces also take forever, so you're separated first. Today, we feel like we not only have the right, but the need to pass judgment on certain things that ultimately ain't ours to judge. And this is going to sound like random, not related, but I remember like, I had a good friend. Well, we're still good friends. I have a good friend that, oh, he threw up. That That's where I am for anybody that's watching along. I have a good friend that her uncle married this woman, and they had like a very old-fashioned relationship that like she, you know, like she cooked, she cleaned the house, she take care of the kids, but like to the extreme, like extreme 1950s, like she cut the nigga food, like she put the nigga food on, she cooked the food, she put the nigga food on the plate, she cut the food, like she probably feed that nigga too sometimes, which again could be babying, right? But they were married. And I remember like my cousin being like, I don't understand, like why does she treat him like this, like why does she do everything for him, like da 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 da. And later on, like she actually had a conversation like with the woman, and the woman was like, it might seem, you know, unusual or unorthodox, but it works for us. That's why they call me the gangsta Mac in the Cadillac. Look at these costumes. Ah, they look so good. Shoot the breeze. It's my song. So, yeah, but my friend talked to her uncle and his wife, and she was just like, she was like, you know, I don't want to work. She was like, I don't want to work, and I want him to take care of everything, and I want him to pay for everything. And so we've worked out an arrangement that works for us. Maybe from the outside, it looks weird, you know, when we're sitting at a restaurant and I'm cutting up the nigga food for him, but like we don't give a fuck what people on the outside think. It works for us. Y'all have to understand, like, people get married, and a lot of people get married and stop giving a fuck what other people think. Mind your business, Trey. Hi, Mel. With some of that. And I don't know if any of you guys remember, but I feel like we talked about this too when the whole like Beyonce and Jay-Z thing happened, which I saw somebody mention, but I haven't like read that comment in depth. Look at Sleepy Brown. This album was so good. Speaker box. I love that the girls have on pink, like pink feathers. But I remember with like when Beyonce and Jay-Z were going through all their stuff, and people were like, why doesn't Beyonce leave him? And da 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 da. I remember being like, Beyonce is not gonna leave Jay-Z. And people being like, Beyonce's so stupid and fucking, like, she's an idiot. He's fucking around on her, da 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 da. I was like, Beyonce's not gonna leave Jay-Z. Like, they have children together. They have businesses, assets. Like, they're legally married. They have, like, all this shit tied up in their marriage. Like, she could leave him, but I was like, Beyonce's not about to leave this man. What's she gonna, like, is she gonna go date? Like, she's not gonna leave him. They put in the work to work it out. People to this day still say all the time on the internet that Beyonce's fucking stupid. But you can't tell people what to do in their own marriages, especially as outsiders that don't know them. Like, we're only talking about it because they're famous. People get cheated on every day, decide to stay with their spouse. Oh, I see, Nicole. I love this part. Like the slow-mo of everybody dancing. They need to re-release Idlewild in the theaters. I would so watch it. Like, they're killing it right now. Smooth as a baby's bottom is. Highline 10 minute. Crocodile on my feet. Fox fur on my... I don't play around. I with me, try with me. I mind my own business. I mind my own business. These pink outfits are everything. Bow tie. Bow tie. Bow tie. Idlewild is so slept on. It makes no sense. That was me. I mentioned that Beyonce was in billionaire status with Jay-Z. Well, I think she should have left. I accept that it's not my marriage or business, and I'm happy for her. Yeah. I just felt like, and you guys know, like, Lemonade made me very sad. For those of you that have, like, seen my review or remember it. I was like, Lemonade just made me so sad. Like, it's just like the saddest thing I've ever heard or seen. But except for Formation, which I loved. But it's just like, I remember thinking, like, Beyonce's not gonna leave this man. Like, they have children together. Like, she clearly wanted to work it out, and they worked it out. And then we can have conversations, which I feel like we've had conversations on Beats Bake about cheating and about all these things, you know, what would be the final straw, and everybody has a different place, you know. It's some people that feel like if they cheat once, it could be forgiven, or, you know, everybody's relationship is different. And especially marriage, just because, again, like, marriage, you have other things. When you get married, other things get involved legally. Like, now the government is in your relationship, it's in your business, your businesses, taxes, all these things. You can't just be like, especially when you have the type of assets that these celebrities have. Like, no, motherfuckers is not just walking away. Like, no. No matter how we feel about it in the public. Again, it's cheaper to keep her is something that a lot of people live by. Bravo, bravo. Y'all see Terrence Howard? Terrence Howard will pop up in a movie on your ass. Comments. Every relationship goes through things. Never think you could break up somebody's marriage. When you have a lot of assets, divorces take forever. Every time I see this dude fucking Esquire from ATL, I think about how he used to date Serena Williams. When I was having difficulties and was trying, in your marriage, Alex, and was trying to decide if I would leave, my grandma laughed. She said, "Is that all? I don't like dysfunction. I grew up with that. I observed that. It's been toxic to my cousins and friends." The dancers were giving Josephine Baker vibes. Hi, Alexandra. Marriage is the hardest relationship you'll ever have. Oh, Nicole, do you still need a time check? Paula Patton just showed up. I'm at about 21 minutes. Paula Patton just showed up. Marriage is too much for me with the way the world works in 2020. Marriage is work. Work I feel I am not in for. Hashtag single life. Queen. Costumes and choreo are great. My cousin ran away because of his parents' toxic marriage. Listen, I'm 4 years in. Marriage is something else, right, Chassis? And marriage will also change your whole relationship, which I think people don't understand either. Like, people really believe, like, oh, marriage is just a piece of paper. Marriage will change your whole relationship. It's not just a piece of paper. Even if you really believe that it is before you get married, things change. Your feelings change. I don't know how else to describe it. My great-grandparents had their golden anniversary, 50 years. They always weren't so in love, and every Wednesday she would chase him around the house with a butcher knife. I really didn't know black men were coddled this much. Same, I grew up with a toxic family, witnessed abuse, and experienced trauma myself. I went to therapy because I refused to put my kids through that. My mother always said, which I didn't listen, but I wish I had. My mother always said to never get married before the age of 30, and don't get married until you've been with somebody at least 7 years, because she said that's how long it takes to really get to know them. Like, it's just not a joke. That's why you have to keep people out of your marriage. I love this dress Paula Patton has on. She looks amazing. Yeah, she told the babies cover their ears, but she said hoe house. Man, what happened to Macy Gray? She was great. I wish she didn't fade into the background. People don't understand how serious marriage is. Getting a divorce from a spouse isn't as simple as breaking up with a boyfriend or girlfriend. Tandy Newton. I saw that she's been like, I haven't like read it yet, but I did see that she's been giving some interviews and speaking out about stuff, Olivia. Tandy Newton wrote about how when she was violated, it was very hard to go back to a sense of normal, like how it was a spiral down for her. Seems like it's ruthless for black women, but not men. That generation is cut from a different cloth. I think I'll only get married if it makes financial sense, but for the most part, no. We'll get promise rings, but definitely no wedding too expensive. Oh, Vanity. I think this movie was underrated because it wasn't what folks expected from Outkast. I live with a toxic couple like that. Just stayed in my room, turn the TV up. People get divorced and still be involved with each other. I didn't think about that. Where did Macy go? She was big in the early 2000s. When I was in high school, I had a friend who got involved with a married man. I guess they were separated. Next thing, my friend was telling me that his wife was messaging her on his Facebook. Mess, Brookie, mess, messy. And like I said, like, that shit is all cute and fun and games until somebody shows up at your house with a fucking butcher knife or a gun, messing around with married people business. Even though if y'all were in high school and this was a grown man, this actually was some underage creepy shit. Like it really bothered me, like the way that people fucking act about like black girls versus like niggas, like black men, like it becomes a messy norm. Some couples who stay together. The lesson I take from all this: fat meat is greasy, and close your legs to married people. My parents' toxic marriage is gonna prevent me from ever being married. Same, my baby, my youngest brother too. White carnations. People telling Beyonce to leave Jay-Z are stupid. The millions of dollars are shared with that man, not to mention they have children. Toxic relationships are just toxic people not doing the work on themselves. Mel. The world would be a better place if everyone minded their own business. I've always said that marriage should be defined only by the people who are in it. That's all I do, mind my business and drink my water. I don't mind cooking and cleaning if he pays all the bills, but I'm not cutting his food and feeding him like a baby. He's a man, not a child. I think people underestimate the labor of housewives and caregivers. Oh, they damn sure motherfucking do. Which is exactly why Johnny Tillman was fighting for a fucking universal basic income. Because she was like, y'all do not fucking understand the amount of labor that it takes to fucking be a domestic in any capacity. Be it work, be it marriage. That shit is a motherfucking job, and you need to pay women, black women. But the fucking white women, the white feminists said, we don't need a universal basic income because those niggers don't need to be getting paid for working in people's homes. Facts, true story. Because I did a Hidden Figures on Johnny Tillman. People trash Beyonce for making a clear decision in her own marriage. Trey, I'm staying with Jay-Z until death. I need them assets when he's gone. Marriage is a business. Widow to Jay-Z, I'm taking everything. I also feel like people don't want black love to endure or for black couples to work it out. I agree with that too. I do think that black couples sticking together bothers people. Because they like mess. Idlewild is so slept on. The way I put it, I'm not about to be mad for somebody who isn't mad themselves. If it works for them, it works for them. Why should I care? I used to be mad at Beyonce for not leaving, but then I thought about how emotionally invested and financially invested she is. Oh, cooking crabs. Yes, it was very sad, Queen. Collectively, Beyonce and Jay-Z are a brand too. Will and Jada's financial situation and their kids and legacy is enough to stop them from divorcing. They could still be separated and we'd never know. And they don't have to tell us. Like, even with what they said, like, they said their side of the story, and the fact, and I even feel like the fact that people are still dragging it, like they want them to get on their knees and fucking grovel and beg for forgiveness. Like, they don't even owe us anything. They said they staying together. That's it. That's that. Yeah, marriage is a dub for me. People don't realize marriage is about compromise and understanding. We might not understand what's going on, but they do. Hi, Richie. Yep, it doesn't matter how we feel. That's also why if I do ever get married, I want to be damn sure that's the person I want to tie myself and everything to. Families are involved, friends. That's why a lot of people decide to work it out. Right, Queen. I grew up with my grandma in a traditional household. She would wake up at dawn to cook, move furniture to the lawn for polishing, clean grime with a toothbrush, etc. It's unpaid labor. Jimmy Iovine and Terrence Howard, my birthday twins. Oh, you have the same birthday? Isn't Jimmy Iovine married to what's her name? The ex-wife of Rupert Sanders? Paula Patton divorced her husband too. Cokehead ass motherfucker. I don't even want kids, so a marriage is the last thing on my mind. Look at Ving Rhames. We was just talking about baby boy. You're 50-50 on marriage, Jaren? Even just being in a relationship is hard. I can't describe it either, but marriage is a whole other level. It's a good rule of thumb that your mom said. Your mother is wise. Yeah. Married for 7.5 years, but that doesn't mean it's a race. It's a journey. And it's best a journey to take with your best friend rather than just a temporary emotional partner. And my mom and my stepdad have been married a really long time. And they were together like 7 or 8 years before they got married. Because my mother was like, I gotta be sure. Your mother is smart as hell. People out here getting married at 22, 23. Never married. I'm 49. It's a serious deal. Maybe one day. People can't even afford the wedding. Why are they getting married? My parents said the same. People think it's just another step in a relationship. And it's not even the same thing. Yeah. People think it's just another step in a relationship, but it's really not. Like, your whole relationship is going to change once you get married. And then I know your relationship is going to like change again if you decide to have a baby. Like, these are major life decisions. And I can't be mad at somebody for not taking these major life choices, you know, like flippantly and being like, actually, I'm going to stay in my marriage. Motherfuckers do that. Like, you can't be mad at them. Why, Clotilde? Oh, y'all talking about the military. People getting married because of the military. People focus on the wedding day because they want to look pretty in pictures, have no idea how real life gets post-honeymoon. I'm not going to get married until my late 20s to like early 30s. That's the exact thing I was afraid of when I was approached by a married friend of a friend. Didn't want anyone showing up at my job or house. I hate mess. Yeah. Oh, look at Terrence Howard. Look at young Terrence. My parents got divorced when I was young. They still got into it sometimes. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, J Malik. That's whack. My mother at 78 tells me she still argues with her husband. Why do old people argue? They arguing because it's been 55 years of him doing that same annoying shit. Like, you've been leaving this much juice in the container for 50 years. I can't take it anymore. That's why they fucking argue. Terrence killed that nigga. Bambusa, I know I'm at work. I wish people would stop coming in so I could watch this live in peace. People really do undervalue the amount of labor it takes to take care of a home and some kids. I read this study that housewives and domestic workers do way more work than the average worker in the workforce. Big Boy's character sure is cheating on his wife. Oh, you've never seen this before, Nicole. Domestic workers work all day at home. Your day doesn't end until everyone goes to sleep. Shit, you still working even after motherfuckers go to sleep. You washing dishes. You doing all type of stuff. I don't know why people act like taking care of a home is easy. I cook for myself, clean, and work. That's a lot of work in and of itself. Marriage is an economic contract for the most part. I think that companionship is more of a partnership agreement. Yeah. Olivia, I don't know if you've seen the last live where we talked about this, but I said the same thing. I was like, people need to understand that, like, marriage is a contract between two people in the state. Like, legal marriage, like, legal binding marriage. Before anything else, like, I know people feel like, you know, love and religion and God and promises and family and friends and like all that stuff is like nice, but first and foremost, marriage is a contract between two people and the state. This is also why, like, you know, like, gay people were like fighting so hard for marriage rights, because it's like we want to be able to get married so that we can have access to the government benefits that you get from being married. Like, you can file taxes together, you can get a higher tax break, you can get breaks on buying homes, you can get loans easier, you can get breaks on businesses, on cars. You can, you know, like, you're entering into an economic contract with this other person, like, and that shit goes both ways. Cause, you know, if you're married and your nigga decides to stop paying the motherfucking bills or the utility or his child support payments, and y'all are legally married, the government can garnish your wages, like all type of shit. Like, marriage is serious. It's serious business. It's not a joke. Like, and people try to like play around in people's marriages. Like, no. Like, because of their emotions and feelings. Like, marriage is not just about emotions and feelings. And that's not really, like, I mean, like, the emotions and feelings are real too, and crimes of passion happen, you know, all types of stuff. But it's like, y'all, you better be real careful. Excellent points is more than just love. You need a whole license before you can get married. The government be all up in your business. Like, it's not just a game. People think this shit is a joke. They getting married for fun. Like, no, it's not a joke. Right? You share all assets and debt. I know someone that literally happened to. Like, she thought her husband was like taking care of like bills and like paying all the bills and stuff, and then it turned out that he wasn't. And then he like disappeared, and all the lights got cut off, everything got cut off. Turned out they was like back on the rent, like all types of stuff. And her wages ended up getting garnished until all that shit was paid off, because the nigga disappeared. They couldn't fucking find him. Like, but they were legally married, so it was her responsibility. Like, come on. Like, but people want to play around in motherfuckers' marriages. Like, it couldn't be me. Like, and that's a regular person, let alone somebody rich and famous, like a celebrity. And people want to play around in motherfuckers' marriages. That's how people get fucking shot and buried in the backyard and be like, I don't know what happened. Play around if you want. That sounds like my dad. Yep, not paying bills and our lights was off. He know that burnt, just gonna duck himself in that hot ass water. That's how I am. I take like scalding hot showers and baths. Like, I like to feel like I'm in a human people soup. I like to run the water so hot that I can't even like get in. I like to put like one little toe in, and then like another toe, and then another toe, and then my one leg, and you know, I gotta ease in, and then I just sit there in the steam, and I'd be like, ooh, I'm cooking. That's what I like. That hot ass bath look nice. Oh no, I can't take a cold shower. Oh no, I need hot, unless it's really hot outside. Other than that, I need hot. They say women take hot showers. We like it scorching hot. It gotta be hot. It gotta be hot. A hot shower I can get into, but a whole bath, that's different. No, I love a hot ass bath. I love a hot bath. A hot bath makes me feel relaxed. I remember one time somebody asked me like what's something I do for self-care. I said I like to like take a hot bath and like read. My mom used to get so, and that's something I've like doing since I was a child. My mom used to get so mad because I used to like get in the bath with a book and I would drop books in the bathtub. I've ruined so many books because I would drop books in the bathtub. But there's just nothing more relaxing to me. Like, there go Terrence Howard right there with Big Boy. Driving by. Hi, Shady Saint. Ooh, no, you killed both of them, you fucking liar. Where was I? My heart's really going out to Andre 3000 right now. The work never stops when you're a housewife. There you are, Shady Saint. I remember it was a settlement made for wrongful death of a girlfriend. She thought she was going to get the money, but unfortunately it went to the man's wife that he was separated from. Because they were still like I said, y'all get into that contract like you are a side piece. You are a side piece. I don't care what the person tells you. Like, you're a side piece. Will and Jada Ben had an agreement a long time ago. It's nobody's business but theirs. I'll admit it with no shame. I'm way too selfish for marriage. It would not work out. Marriage is fluid because both people are constantly evolving in the process. There's no blueprint. I am, Jules. Yes, my mother took her own advice, Queen. Hi, North Face Money. How are you? Haven't seen you in forever. I know I'm behind, but I used to joke that marriage should have a 5-year renewal option. It's a major life decision. Yeah, major life decisions, Queen. Oh, Terrence used to love a perm, bruh. Terrence Howard loves a motherfucking perm. When he first started Empire, he had this like pompadour, this perm, but then they like cut it. The problem is our generation thinks that marriage is the wedding. That's what happens when we let Hollywood teach us what marriage is supposed to be. I don't even like my parents' interactions with each other, but they've been married for 33 years. To be honest, I think seeing my parents shade each other has made it a norm for my siblings and I to throw shade. I agree with Jada when she says you shouldn't have a big celebration until you've been married 10 years. And yeah, Marion, you're good. Terrence is always playing the bad guy, and he plays it so well. Anyone want to get married quick? I'm car shopping. Y'all are hilarious. You share all assets and debts. It ain't a joke. Marriage equals health benefits, taxes, inheritance, adoption, ownership of property. Right, like marriage equals a lot of things. Like a lot of things. Soulmates have to do the work too. My dad didn't marry my mom till she paid off her credit cards. I used to work for this lady that when she married her husband, he had like over $200,000 worth of student loan debt. And like she helped him pay it off. And she paid off like most of it because she didn't have any debt. I think like she had a little bit of money. Her parents paid her way through school, something like that. But like when they got married, you know, she didn't want the debt to like saddle the both of them. So they like paid it off together. I was like, you see, like people don't understand like marriage, finances, like all these things are not a joke. And people aren't just going to walk away from their marriage lightly. Anything involving a license is to be taken seriously. Y'all listen to those Reddit stories about people getting blindsided by their spouses. The vows say we are as one. Hi, Kendrick. No, you made it. I'm watching Idlewild. Let me give y'all a time check. I'm at about 43:33. Andre 3000's talking to the dead body. Because, you know, he works in the morgue. How the hell am I gonna get your fat ass in this casket? You need to have more respect for the dead. I'm just saying, North Face money. People end up buried in the backyard. I'm not a lobster and not trying to be in water that hot. I like to be hot. I like it to be hot. And I just lay there. I just feel like, yes, I'm burning. I'm cooking. Me too. Am I back? My phone overheated. My phone overheated, y'all. Am I back? My phone overheated just now. My phone overheated. Damn, it's hot. I took the case off. I think it's because the case was on. My phone overheated. I'm back. Did it turn off for a second? I'm back? Yeah, we back. My phone overheated. Sorry. My phone overheated. It like blacked out on me. But I think it's the case. I took the case off. I paused the movie though. I know I started talking about scorching baths. My phone was like, it's too hot for this. I have a fan on, but let me move the fan actually a little bit closer. Hold on. But my phone overheated, but we're back. I took the case off because I think the case was like holding the heat in. I'm going to move the fan a little bit closer. Hold on. Whoops, hit the table. Yeah, no, my phone overheated. That was all me. My phone overheated. I know. I was like, I love to sit in the nice hot bath and just burn and scald. And the phone was like, it's too hot for me. I need to peace out. It is hot as hell, though, which is what I said at the beginning of the live. I was like, it's fucking hot. And I had the phone plugged in. And you know how when you have it charging, it warms up, too. But let me give you guys a time check. Yeah, I'll give y'all a time check. Time check, I'm at about 44, 42. Yeah, 44, 42. I'm at about 44, 42. He's in the morgue. They're getting ready to morgue up the body. Yes, it is a heat wave. It is a heat wave. And I was just reading some stuff about how like the heat wave is like giving people like COVID complications. But I'm about to press play. So just so y'all know, play. I moved the fan a little closer. I took the case off, so hopefully the phone doesn't overheat again. But if I do like go away, that's most likely what happened. No, not a fan. I have a fan in I'm sitting in the kitchen and I have a fan in here, a big fan. So I have the air on too, but I have the fan on because it's hot. I'm about to play. He said I talk like a movie villain. It's fine with me. Yes, I like to boil too. I love baths, love hot showers. Do I use salts or bubbles? I like bubble baths. I sometimes use bath salts, all that stuff. I like bath bombs. I like the ones from Foxy Cosmetics. I see who it is. Put the goddamn frying pan down. You're trying to kill me, rooster. Put the frying pan down. He got a gun. She got a frying pan. He put the gun down. He's like, put the frying pan down. I'm reborn in the heat of a hot bath. That was me on some Rev Run with my phone. Yes, you just sit in the bathtub and just feel at peace. Not Paula Patton playing around with caskets. I'd be like, this is the type of playing around I do not condone, ma'am. He like wiping it out because she was in there. It's my new way to de-stress and I'm not giving it up. Nice hot bath is a good de-stressor, Nicole. I don't get the people who think they just have a free pass to stop trying once they get married. It's the exact opposite. You need to start stepping up your game after marriage. It sucks because recently when I take hot showers, when I get done, I feel like I'm going to faint. So I had to cool it down. I'd be like, bitch, you're leaving. What? Marriage is a lot deeper than posting cute engagement and wedding photos on IG. But people totally don't understand that, which is why it's hard for them to fathom working through some shit. I used to bring my stereo in the bathroom and my pop snapped on me one day. Did he say it was dangerous, Jaren? Because, you know, that's how people, like, accidentally electrocute themselves. I love Andre 3000 in this role. I'm too scared to drop a book to read it in the bathtub. You owe me $107, fat man. I like to listen to audiobooks and podcasts while I soak. I know you ain't about to skip out without paying my rent. Side Piece Chronicles sounds like an anthology series. Why would the girlfriend feel entitled? Next of kin is no spouse. Because people think their feelings matter. I know that sounds horrible to say, but... And I just feel like people think their feelings matter. They feel like, well, you know, we've been together and, you know, I thought we had this love, you know, bond, this emotional connection and da-da-da-da. And it's like, you know, your emotional connection is cute. But the binding marital contract to the government says the wife gets the money, you know? You better get you something in your name or something. Like, I don't condone messing with people that are married, but if you are going to mess with somebody that's married, you at least got to get something in your name from that person, because you're not going to get anything out of it but a motherfucking wet ass and some bubble gum, and then you're going to be crying all over the internet like August Alsina. Oh, Reddit, the Reddit stories. That's my new semi-obsession during COVID. Heard another story about a wife not knowing her husband had a kid until the back child support was taken from their joint taxes. Terrence's perm and dead presidents was everything. All right, so who's the better... Oh, Ori, this is a good question. Ori said, who's the better typecast villain? Terrence Howard or Blair Underwood? That's hard. May I say option C, Keith David? That's my final answer. There was another story where the husband was blindsided by the wife's credit card debt. You think Blair? Clotilde said Blair. Davey, I might have to go with Terrence, although they both seem to enjoy the fuck out of playing villains. I need my house to be freezing and my baths and showers to be hot. So hot, gotta acclimate myself to the water. Oh yeah, and then here I froze when my phone overheated. No compromise. I'm going with Blair since Terrence was roadie before Don Cheadle, so he's been a hero too. The girlfriend was pregnant in the settlement and she didn't know about the wife. A weird situation between legality and entitlement because of the baby on the way. See, that's wild. Are we having a heat wave in the US? Yeah. I went outside and combusted immediately. Y'all stay hydrated. Isn't Corona supposed to die in heat? I hate it here. Jules. The heat wave is in Toronto too. It's so hard to breathe. It's not just a heat wave. I saw where they're calling it a heat dome. What's a heat dome? Damn, Rose was ready. Siri be too sensitive to suggestions. Ha! Burning hot, you say? Okay, I will overheat. Y'all funny. Right, Brooke, she playing in a coffin. I don't play like that. Paula Patton was not popping out of caskets for fun and jokes. Hell nah. There's a whole TV series called Fatal Attraction, filled with real life situations of spouses, or mainly women, or significant others being murdered for insurance policies. Paula, this is not charming. This is weird. Stay out of the coffins. No, I have not. A book called Marriage Markets. Let me write that down. Marriage Markets. No, I haven't read that. I seen somebody also ask me earlier, how do I feel about this whole like divest thing. I feel like how do I put this? How do I put this without sounding rude? I feel like you can get what you want from a nigga. That's how I feel. I feel like if you want a nigga, like if you like, you can get what you want from a nigga. So that's how I feel about that whole thing. I think I've like said before, what you guys have heard, like my stepfather told me when I was young, like, listen, you are the prize. Don't chase these niggas. Let these niggas chase you, because you're the prize. You're supposed to get whatever you want. Any nigga that doesn't want to give you what you want is not the one for you. I started out alone because my baby mama left me. Now there's nobody at home. I woke up very upset. My baby mama all escaping me. Throw your neck out. Sorry, this is my part. Throw your back out. Throw your neck out. Throw your back out. Throw your neck out. This is my jam. Throw your back out. B-U-S-S, us. I say us. Smashed. Smashed. Get y'all ass back out there. We fuss, fight, fart. This part is amazing. These outfits. Blind to the signs. Throw your back out. I will cut your ass. Throw your back out. You know what this part always reminds me of? The speakeasy scenes in The Color Purple. Man, I got this. My daughter don't want me to set her PTA meeting, and my son, he can't talk, but when I change him, he's peeing. I think he's pissed. Now that energy's coming back. Set an example. Because I'm married to the music and committed to the wax. Tape CDs, baby, please. You make me wanna scream. You're on my team starting first string, so why are we arguing? Wax, tape CDs, baby, please. You make me wanna scream. Titties out! Titties are out! Ta-ta! How many titties do y'all think we have seen on Bees Bake? At least 20. Throw your back out. These are from Speakerbox and The Love Below. They're from Speakerbox, Love Below by Outkast. These songs. Because Idlewild was like a companion. I don't know how they I don't remember how they described it, but it was like a companion piece. It was like a, what's the word? It was like a concept movie based around the album or something like that. 65 titties. Rooster. You can fight. You can fly. You can. You are the pen. That was a nice little Hook Idlewild crossover for you guys. Where was I? Yeah, I haven't read that book. Marriage Market. It was I was jamming Avant Read Your Mind. You was jamming in the bathtub. I'll be thinking about these family channels on YouTube. Those people's marriages be miserable sometimes, but they're staying together for content, having all these babies for content. A promissory note at best is what they'll get. Feelings are fallible and oftentimes not reciprocated. These married folks usually don't even see the single side pieces the same. They don't. I don't think you can control your, like who you fall in love with. Like, I don't begrudge people their feelings. However, you can decide what actions you're gonna take. Like, even if you, feel like you have a crush or you in love with a married person or da-da-da-da-da, like, you still have a choice of if you're going to act on that, and that's where I have the issue. I try not to begrudge people their feelings, but you still have a choice. Only thing August Alsina got out of this entanglement was Will Smith's old Men in Black suits. I fucking hate you, Sketchnificent. Do you think married couples should have separate bank accounts as well as a joint one? Yes, I do. That is why gay people were fighting for marriage. I remember hearing this heartbreaking story that this lesbian couple were in like a decade-long relationship. One of them got hospitalized, and the homophobic family stepped in and kicked the girlfriend out and banned her from the funeral because she had no legal standing, right? Like, marriage is about legal rights. Like, it sounds weird to say because, like our popular opinion on marriage, like, and we want to be like, marriage is all about love. Like, love is nice, but like marriage is about legal rights between a couple and the government. That's what marriage is about. And that's what marriage is really about. Oh, Keith David was Goliath in Gargoyles. You're right. Okay. But Keith David is evil in a lot of roles. Like, I don't know. Keith's voice makes him sound like a great, sophisticated villain. Keith David's Dr. Facilier. He's on my mind because I just watched The Princess and the Frog last night. It's way too hot outside. Married couples definitely need joint and separate accounts, in my opinion. I didn't realize this movie takes place during Prohibition. I just put that together. Yeah, it does. Those green dresses and red fans are amazing. Divestment is not the answer because there are racist and colorist men in any community. Can the artist get a little space around here, please? Marriage Markets just talks about the quality of partnerships and how poor people aren't really getting married anymore. The economic benefits are going to the upper class. So I have read that. I have not read that book, but I've read about that. This like phenomenon of marriage becoming like an upper class thing. I didn't know there was like a whole book about it. I'm gonna look it up, Olivia. I want more films from this era. I want more black films from this era too, Queen. If I ever do find someone I love enough to marry, we're definitely discussing how to manage student loans and any other debt that I have at the time. These are some nice songs. No, don't say that, Davey. I'm a little mad I didn't watch this film or listen to the soundtrack sooner. Idlewild was like what Purple Rain was. Oh, okay. Like album to movie. All those YouTube marriages are ending. Is this Paula Patton really singing or is this dubbed? They use most of the songs from Speakerbox, The Love Below, and Idlewild. It's the logic you choose to use in conjunction with your feelings, right? The whole like divestment thing. I seen somebody ask, what was that? The whole divestment thing is like black women choosing to like divest from like black men. I don't believe in that. Number one, I feel like people are weird trying to make it seem like as if, like somebody else just said, like there's motherfuckers in all races. Like black dudes don't have a monopoly on being motherfuckers. So, number one, I think it's like weird and anti-black. And number two, I think the whole concept of like, you know, this is what I want from a nigga, like, you know, like set your standards and look for that and don't fucking waffle. It's not that hard. But people don't want to work or something. I don't know. Like, yeah. Queen. Like, if this is your list, I want this, and this, and I'm not gonna budge until I get it. Like, you're gonna get it. Like, you're gonna get it. Right. Or be single. Right. But you're gonna get it. Like, you're gonna get it. Like, I think people underestimate how many people there are in the world too. Like, there's so many fucking people in the world. Like, there's so many. Like, but you know, I guess I know how it feels to feel like, you know, like you're never gonna maybe get what you want, but there's so many people in the world. Like, you're gonna find what you want. But why does there need to be a whole... I don't know. What is the movement? Like, who... What is the movement, quote unquote? Like, who said that black women can't date out? What does that mean? Like, what does that mean? Like, I don't know. Like, oh, we have a movement saying that black women are able to date out. It just reminds me of the whole Shea Moisture, like, let's break down the wall. Like, there's not a fucking gate in the fucking beauty supply store saying that, like, white people can't, like, come down the aisle and, like, pick up Shea Moisture. So why do you have to have a whole movement saying our products are for white people? It's because you don't like black people. It seems to me inherently anti-black, the entire concept. Because nobody has a gun to your head saying you can't do it already. So why do you need to make it known that you're launching a movement that you're gonna like date outside of the race? Like, you're getting a lot of pleasure because you don't like black people. You're most likely suffering from internalized anti-blackness, and you probably hate yourself. And that's really why you want to date outside of the race, because you want to water down your own blackness. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. And it's also really funny because the main people that are talking this shit are the same bitches that hate biracials. How do you hate biracials, but you're talking about you about to date outside of the race? You know you're going to create more biracials if you do that. So you're creating more people that you don't like. The whole concept doesn't make any sense to me personally. Like, you're mad at the fucking biracials, but yet you want to water down your own blackness and create more biracial children. I don't understand. It just seems like it just seems anti-black. It just seems anti-black. And you know, like, if you're anti-black, just say it. Like, just fucking say the shit. Like, just say it. I mean, I think people that date outside of the race are traitors to the race. So, you know, people can feel how they want, but it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to have an issue with biracials, which the majority of these people do, and then be pushing interracial relationships. How does it work? Who can explain it? Yes! Sorry. Coach, a lady has standards to maintain. All I hear is, Kelly, get your butt back in this house. Speak up. This is the truth. Miss Davenport. Dropped her little cigarettes. Yes, she is, Nicole. Yes, she is, Nicole. Hi, Monica. We're watching Idlewild. Like I said, though, I feel like all these concepts are inherently anti-black. Because if the thing that you want is, you know, I want to date up, or I want somebody that's gonna take care of me, or I want, you know, you can find those things. You can find those things in a black man. You can absolutely 100% find those things in a black man. And if you're trying to say that you don't believe that you can find those things in a black man, I feel like that's an inherently anti-black statement. You're saying that you feel like black men are lesser. And if that's how you feel, just admit it. So, but I also feel like if you're bigging up interracial relationships, y'all need to stop talking so nasty about these biracials, because that's a hypocritical statement. Because if you're in an interracial relationship and you have a kid, they're going to be biracial. So that means you don't care about being black. That means that, like, blackness is not your thing. I'm pro-black. I'm black. I'm about being black. I want my children to be black. I'm all about pro-blackness. So if you don't care about being black, and if you don't care about, you know, your blackness and stuff, like, that's fine. But then stop pretending. That's how I feel about all of it. Macy Gray, the dress is too sparkly. Okay, well, if that's how you, but that's an anti-black statement. I feel, it's just how I feel. I feel like that's an anti-black statement. If you feel like black men are not capable of doing the job, that's an anti-black statement. To me, that sounds like phrenology or something. Like, niggers are stupid and dumb animals, and that's an inherently anti-black statement to me, personally. So, and I feel like the way that a lot of people talk about it is also inherently anti-black. The statements that people use, the way that people talk about each other, like black men and women, I think it's like an anti-black thing. It's fucking weird. But if you're anti-black, own it. Like, just own it. People don't want to own that they're anti-black. Like black men. How many times is she gonna say moving cool? I feel like black men that don't like black women are fucking anti-black. Black women that don't like black men are anti-black. You're both equally anti-black coons. Like, that's it. Exactly the same. Like, these stupid ass niggas are fucking coons, and these black women talking all this mess are also coons. They're exactly this. They are mirror. Low key, they deserve each other, because they are mirror images of one another. And don't like other black people. Like, they should all get together. Or they should just date out and leave the rest of us alone in peace. Like, if that's what you want, like, leave the rest of us alone. Because there's plenty of us that's not having no problems. Like, it's plenty of us that are having no problems. So, so somebody said that this is not Paula Patton, this is dubbed. Oh yeah, this is definitely not Paula Patton singing right now. Right, Trey. Like, leave the blacks for the blacks that want them. The rest of you can go. You know? If you want to ride off into the sunset with your motherfucking Becky or Chad, I really don't care. I really don't care. Have fun. But, like, leave the rest of us out of it. Like, and really, that's like both sides. Like, I'm tired of hearing everybody talk about this shit. Like, I'm tired of these stupid ass niggas talking about black women. I'm tired of these black women talking about these niggas. Like, okay, we get it. You don't like black people. We got it. After party. Did one of you guys put who the dub was? This is definitely not Paula Patton. And really, there's like a lot of people in the world. Like, Like, if you want a rich nigga, like, you could find a rich nigga. Like, if you want a nigga that's gonna take care of you, you could find a nigga that's gonna take care of you. The real fucking issue, I'm about to give y'all some truth. The real issue is that bitches want motherfucking rappers and athletes and motherfuckers that are fucking functioning illiterate and all type of shit to be stand-up niggas that take care of them. And they're not. And, like, they're not. So, but there's a rich nigga out there that will motherfucking take care of your ass, like, but it's just not the nigga that you want, so you're mad. And the same thing in reverse too, like, and the same thing in reverse as well. Like, it's plenty of fucking black women that want to be with black men, but the niggas want, you know, fucking fat asses and shit too. Everybody's looking in the wrong place and then motherfucking complaining. Like, it's just ridiculous. You know, I was lucky. I was privileged enough in a lot of ways to... I went to school. One of my closest friends went to Spelman. One of my other really good friends... Two of my closest friends went to Spelman. Girl I went to high school with and another girl. One of my other closest male friends went to Morehouse. All these people I know is, like, married to fucking black people. Now, they're not motherfucking rich. They're not famous. They're not celebrities. They're not internet famous. They're not gonna get you no clout. But I know plenty of fucking black couples that are fucking married. Niggas taking care of their wives. Like, it's plenty of people. Like, it's so many fish in the sea. Like, it's so many fish in the sea. And even and if y'all want to talk about, like, expanding and, like, expanding your dating pool, I would date a non-American before I would date a non-black. Like, you know, y'all better, like, find you a rich African or something. Like, the fuck? Like, the fuck? I just don't understand. A black nerd. Y'all better get you, you know, like, whatever. People are just anti-black and they don't like other black people, and they're impatient and they want to be famous, and what they really want is, like, an athlete or a motherfucking rapper or some shit. And even the athletes, if you look up the majority of the athletes, like, the majority of them niggas even got black wives. Like, people are just on one. They're mad, they're bitter and pressed, and they don't like black people. They don't like themselves. I don't suffer from those issues. I hope them people get help. I really mean that. Like, I really mean that for real. What we gonna do now? Like, they don't want somebody that work a 9 to 5 and shit. Like, they want somebody they could floss with, all that shit. Like, there's somebody working a 9 to 5 that'll probably take care of you. Like, but you don't want it. That's not what you want. That's why all the time that you see people complaining, they're complaining about athletes and rappers and shit. Because they don't even want no regular nigga working a 9 to 5 to take care of them. They want a different type of lifestyle. Well, it is true that, like, the majority of people are not going to be able to fucking live that certain type of lifestyle. Like, yes, that's true. But that does not mean that you can't get a black person that you could build a very nice life with. And that's a whole other conversation. Seriously, because them Niger men stay flexing their bags to a woman. There's no shortage of suitable black partners. People just hate themselves. Girl, yes, I know a rich African man who lived in the same college apartment as me a couple years ago. Like, I just don't understand why would people jump to another race. Like, if you want to expand your dating options, why would you jump to another race before saying, like, I'm going to try and date a different type of black person? Like, why would, you know, like, it's because you don't like blackness. Monica is a troll. Like, y'all know Monica's a troll. Don't listen to her. If you feel like black men are colorist, then what do you think a non-black would be? And yes, like, colorism is a huge issue. But I totally agree that it's like, I feel like I always reference this Angela Davis, The Color of Violence, where she says that we need to talk about colorism. We need to talk about gendered violence, black men against black women. We need to talk about all these things without reverting to white supremacist talking points and thinking points and stereotypes. And it's like people love their white supremacist talking points so much. They love them. They just love them. Like, oh, I'm not gonna, like, people being like, I don't want a black man because, like, black men beat up black women and this, that, and the third. And it's just like, y'all do realize that, like, the highest rates of domestic violence and rape and murder is white men. Y'all realize this, right? I have a whole video on white male rage. Y'all realize this, right? Like, your white king will also beat the shit out of you, rape you, murder you, shoot your children, string you up, cut up your body into little pieces. Like, this is what Caucasians do. Like, but okay, you know, like, all right. If that's what you want to fucking do with your life, I can't stop you. But it's like people have no perspective. Like, people have no perspective. They have no perspective. It's like the whole black on black crime thing. Like, black people kill the most black people. It's like all crime is mostly intraracial. So, like, white people mostly kill white people. Black people mostly kill black people. It's not because, like, people's, like, you know, like, black people are worse. You know, people, like, a lot of people really believe that, like, black people are inherently worse than whites. That's really why they want to divest and get a white person, because, like, they really think white people are better. It's sick. They're sick. They're mentally colonized. They're suffering from a colonized mind. Yep. I wanna see you. Yeah, and it definitely has songs from from Speakerboxx and The Love Below. Norah Jones. It's very sick. I love Norah Jones. Baby, why doesn't Paula Patton have on these shoes? Take off your cool. I don't date outside of my race, but I do believe in dating black people outside of my culture. Still love my culture, but I'm dating a Haitian. There are a lot of men, like, a ton. Like, I'm gonna give you, like, a prime example. A lot of people are saying, I know a lot of people are saying, like, well, oh, there's not enough black men that's, like, doctors and lawyers and shit like that. That's true. There's a lot of black men, like, especially, like, for example, where I'm from in DC, that they work for the government. They work perfectly fine federal jobs, making great money, great benefits. Plenty of people working as garbage men, great job, great benefits. Working as mail clerks, great job, great benefits. Working in unions. You know, all types of, like, there's all types of people that work all different types of jobs that's making plenty of money that they could support a family or a woman. But they don't want that. And that's fine. If you don't want that, just admit it, though. Like, admit it. Don't try to make it about anything else, because that's not what it's about. This is just how I feel. Ultimately, I think this shit is about internalized anti-blackness, and people are just anti-black as fuck. Like, they're anti-black. Again, the niggas doing it are anti-black. The women doing it are anti-black. Go fucking date Chad and Becky and leave the rest of us alone. No, that's not true. Well, that's not, I don't agree with you. Like, that's not true. Like, the majority of black men are married to black women. Every few years, we have to have this stupid ass fucking conversation. It's fucking annoying. Number one, you can go look up statistics. Like, statistics are public record. I really don't give a fuck what bullshit you fucking saw somebody talking about on social media. The majority of black men in the United States are married to black women. So to say most black men do not want black women is a bald-faced lie, you fucking liars. Let me start right there. That's bullshit. Now, y'all want to talk about, again, rappers that ain't shit, athletes that ain't shit, people that ain't shit in general. Y'all just want them because they have money, because you're capitalists, which is fine. But let's not make it about something that it's not. This is not about niggas not marrying black women. This is about y'all wanting ain't shit niggas from broken homes just because they have money and you're upset. That's why y'all complain about motherfucking NFL players and rappers. Like, people that already ain't even shit. Like, people that already ain't even shit. Right, like, people that already ain't even shit. Like, y'all want motherfuckers that's not shit. Like, it's very true. The #1 interracial relationship in the United States, who knows what it is? Who knows what it is? Who knows what it is? It's not black men and white women. Who knows what it is? These kids are beautiful. Nicole knows what it is. It's white men and Asian women. It's white men and Asian women. Queen knows what it is. Y'all know what it is. It's white men and Asian women. That's the #1 interracial relationship in the United States, and it has been for a very long time. Like, y'all better stop. Y'all are pushing a false narrative, and I feel like it's real dangerous because y'all can't even be bothered to fucking look up the marriage demographics in the United States. Y'all just say whatever. Y'all say whatever. Look, she stole her dresses and everything. This never gets talked about on social media, but white men love Asian women. We know the fetish. Like, Asian mail order brides. People have a totally messed up idea of race relations in this country. And it's gotten worse with, like, the introduction of social media because people really just say whatever and everybody just runs with it. And I also feel like, I seen somebody else said that it's anti-black American. It's absolutely anti-black American because I also feel like this whole, like, quote unquote, like, movement, blah, 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 this shit is being spearheaded by bitches that's not even black Americans. They're black, but they're not American. And so they're putting all their motherfucking 2 cents in without even understanding our culture and the way that shit works for us either. But y'all keep listening to these people. Let them poison your fucking minds with bullshit. I just did a live with K.A. Freeman, and we talked about this on Instagram, and unfortunately it didn't save, but we're gonna try and do another one that hopefully I can upload to YouTube. It has to be weird when you're pretending to be somebody else and they keep calling you the other person's name. She's trying to, like, get him to call her by her real name, not the fake name. Trying to leave. My man got on a beater with suspenders. Do affluent black men usually date black women, though? Not talking about famous people. Yes! Yes! 84% of all, like, black men in the United States are married to black women. And you can look at it broken down by demographic and everything. Like, you can literally look it up. Now, this is something I wish about black people. I wish that black people would fucking look at statistics. Ain't no going around that. Ain't no going around that. Affluent black men, 100K to 350K, marry mostly black women. Haven't seen stats from millionaires. Even amongst black men that make 100K plus a year, they still marry majority black. I feel like people are anti-black. I feel like a lot of these black women that's talking this stuff is anti-black. They're inherently anti-black, and they don't like themselves, and they believe that I don't want to say they believe that black women ain't shit, and they believe that they're not shit. But, like, they want to believe that they will not get chosen by a black man. It's almost like they want a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like, they want to believe that they will not get chosen by a black man. So they preemptively, like, be like, I'm not going to get picked because of this reason, that reason, this reason, that reason. And so that's why I've decided. Like, girl, you already don't have no self-esteem. Feel sorry for you. I've never suffered from that issue. So... yeah, there goes Cicely Tyson right there. Like, y'all want to believe that black women are not going to get chose by black men. You don't want to believe it. You don't believe it about yourselves. You already don't believe it about yourselves. You don't believe you're going to get what you want from a nigga. And that's sad to me. What are your thoughts on black women saying that natural hair or 4C hair will not attract a black man, especially if he has money? Exactly what I just said. That's a self-fulfilling prophecy of you saying, oh, I got nappy hair. You know, I got nappy hair and dark skin, so a nigga's not going to want me, so let me date a cracker in advance. I don't like saying crazy, but bitch, you sound crazy. So, you know. Now, this I agree with. Totally. I think black women are having a hard time securing black partnership because we aren't taught how to vet men. I believe that. I feel very, lucky, happy that I had my stepfather that told me when I was young, bye, Chris, that I am a prize. Looking exactly the way that I look, my skin tone, my hair, everything. That, you know, I'm a prize and it's whatever I want. I was told that from a young age. I was never told, go chase these niggas. And I said earlier in the stream, when my mother said about marriage, you know, like, wait, you know, I was never told, like, you have to get a nigga and you have to get a man and, like, chase these niggas and, like, da-da-da-da-da. Like, I was never told that. I was always told, you know, like, be smart, work on school, which I know we talked about on live too. You know, like, I didn't really have a lot of rules. My mother was like, you know, as long as my grades were good, I don't have to have a ton of rules. I was always taught, like, be smart. Like, be smart and let these niggas come to you. And if these niggas don't come to you and you end up by yourself, that's cool too. Because you don't have to be in a relationship either. It's not a life requirement to be in a fucking relationship either. And you set your standards. So it's like, if your standards are, I need a nigga that make over a certain amount of money. Okay, that's fine. If that's your standard, set your standard and then try and put yourself in the position to get what you want. Where are you going? Where are you hanging around? What type of circles are you running in? Who are you trying to be around? You know, like, I don't see nothing wrong with social climbing personally. Like, I really don't. It's like, if you're going to be a social climber, okay, you better social climb that shit. Like, don't sit on Twitter all day motherfucking complaining. Are you going, you know, like, it's shit in, like, I've met so many people in real life. Like, you meet people in real life. Are you, you know, what type of places are you going to? You want to pull a politician? You better be going to them open meetings, them town halls, them, you know, all them shit where you could run into a politician. You want to fucking score. You know, like, you can put yourself in them type of circles. It's like people preemptively be like, I'm not going to get what I want. No. You have to believe that you're going to get what you want. And that you, not only are you going to get what you want, but, like, as a black woman, you fucking deserve that shit. So, like, if you want a rich ass nigga, like, you can get you a rich ass nigga. You can pull you a rich ass nigga. Especially if you don't mind dating a non, if you're a Black American woman and you don't mind dating a non-American, like, Black person too, girl. But you rather go to some cracker with some pink, soft, saggy skin. I'd be out here trying to pull Lewis Hamilton or something. Something, like... But bitches wasn't taught the game. My mother kept me up on game. But that's how I was raised. Just like how I said earlier, don't get involved with married people. But if you're going to get involved with somebody that's married, you better get something in your name. Like, people wasn't raised right. Ooh! They beating the shit out of this dude. And it's just like, how many times do y'all hear about... We was just talking about YouTube couples. All these fucking interracial YouTube couples fucking splitting up. Jamie and Nikki splitting up. All these people splitting up. These fucking crackers not gonna treat you better than these niggas. They're gonna treat you worse. They're gonna treat you worse than these niggas. Because they still look at you as a fucking nigger. Y'all wanna put yourselves in that? You go right motherfucking ahead. You go right ahead. Leave the rest of us out of it. Like, you really think these crackers gonna treat you nice? Pfft, that's funny. Way worse. And then you're gonna end up with some tragic mulatto, confused biracial children. Like, you're not putting yourself in a better position. I just don't feel like any of this... all this talk, I just don't feel like it makes any sense. Like, you're not putting yourself, like, maybe you feel like you're putting yourself in a better position financially, I guess. But, like, these crackers are not gonna treat you better than these niggas. They're gonna treat you worse because you're Black. You're gonna end up with a bunch of racially confused children that you brought into the world that don't know what they are and don't know where they belong and blah, 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 blah. Like, you're just setting yourself up for disaster. Because you preemptively think that you can't get a nigga that's gonna fucking take care of you. Like, low self-esteem. No self-esteem. They just, ha 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 ha, they just cracking up laughing. The things that I see is, who cares if I'm a fetish? And again, if you don't care that you're a fetish, that means you're inherently anti-Black. You don't care about the inherent anti-Blackness. You don't care about racism. So if you don't care about racism, then you're a coon. You need to stay the fuck away from me. That's how I feel about this whole movement. You're a fucking coon. You're a coon. Just like these niggas, these Black men that talk shit about Black women are fucking coons. These Black women that talk shit about Black men are fucking coons. Y'all are all anti-Black pieces of shit. Leave the rest of us the fuck alone. You don't care about racism. You don't care about being fetishized. You don't care about being in an imbalanced relationship with a white person or any type of non-Black person that's always going to think they're better than you. You don't care about fucking the fact that you're just bringing more tragic mulattoes into the world, the biracials that y'all act like you don't even like. Y'all just don't care. Okay, that's cool. Admit it. Stop trying to make it this grand movement. It's not a grand movement. Y'all are coons just like all the other coons. Let's just call it what it is. Just be like, yes, we don't like Black people. That's all it is. Yeah, people are getting their asses whooped, Nicole. And again, everyone should read The Color of Violence by Angela Davis, where she talks in depth about how Black people of all genders utilize anti-Black white supremacist stereotypes in the way we talk about each other. From the hypersexual Black woman, the gold-digging Black woman, the welfare queen, the colorism, to the hyper-violent Black man, the Black man as a rapist, that we need to, string him up and lynch, all that shit. It's just like all this parroted shit. Stupid to me. Woo! Big boy got they asses. Run, big boy, run! Monica, I'ma smack you! Hallie's two white men also physically fought each other. Talk about ghetto. Yeah, people talk about David Justice, who was a piece of shit, beat the shit out of Halle Berry, piece of shit. But they don't talk about her white man that also lost his mind on her, fought her, constantly fighting her over them kids. Her marrying that white man didn't do nothing for her except cause her a world of fucking heartbreak. He was not better. Right, her whole baby daddy called her a nigger. Her white baby daddy was no better than that nigga that beat her ass. Y'all think these white men are better and these white women are better just because they're white? That's racist. That's anti-black. Y'all are suffering from a colonized mind, anti-blackness. What are we here for? Ow! This is the jam, Davey. Soon you'll have to sow those bad seeds. Gabriel Aubrey, yeah, that's his name. She's still fighting that man to this day. That white man. Like, him being white did nothing for her. Like, y'all really think y'all gonna pull some white person and life is gonna be magic and rainbows? It's funny to me. Over and over again, it's because they really think that some of that whiteness gonna rub off on them. Like Uncle Ruckus. They think like, yeah. Let me get some of that whiteness. Which is the same reason why Asian women love white men. Because y'all know Asians love white people. Oh, he's trying to beat the train. Right. All this, exactly, Nicole. Like, vet the men. Like, all this comes down to deciding what you want, whatever you want, and then deciding who you're going to get it from. And then sticking with that. Like, I hate, like, dating is hard, you know? Like, dating is tough. But at the end of the day, that makes it so much easier. If you make a list of what you want, and then you say, I'm going to stick to this list. And anybody that just can't give me what I want, we can't date. That's it. And just leave it at that. And your list is going to be whatever your list is going to be. So if your list is, I want to pull whatever, stick to that. Even these IG girls, you know, a lot of them, that's what they do. Because these bitches don't be nobody. They don't be nobody. They don't be famous. They don't be running in no type of circles. They don't be like, they be hood random bitches from nowhere. But they put themselves in the position to be around what they want. Now, what they want is also usually pieces of shit, but it's a different story. You gave up dating? Why you gave up dating? Monica? Whoopsies. I wanted to see that Chris said white women got the guidebook for that. Yes, white women do. They have the guidebook, like, for that shit. Like, that social climbing shit. Like, they know how to put themselves in all the right circles. People talk bad about Meghan Markle, call her a social climber. But Meghan Markle decided what she wants. She got that shit. These old ass bills. Dating is closed until further notice. I mean, I don't even really believe in dating. which is also, I don't even really believe in dating. I don't believe in dating. I don't believe in dating as a concept. White men marry interracially at a higher rate than black men. Asian women love their white kings. I don't believe that black men are a lost cause, because to say so is to say that the black community is a lost cause. That's why I said I feel like all these people are hypocrites, because like the majority of these people don't like biracials and feel like biracials are not black. So it's like, but yet you're trying to get black women as a whole to date out. So you're trying to get black women as a whole to produce biracial children that then you will then say are not black. Like, are you motherfuckers trying to end the motherfucking black race? Like, what the fuck's going on here? Shit seems real insidious to me, personally. White men love that submissive Asian princess stereotype. Asian women also love white men. Is it really love, or is it a fetish? And anybody that says like I don't mind being fetishized by a white man, don't heat it up again. Conversation got too spicy. Don't heat it up again. I'm standing directly in front of the fan. If you guys can hear like the fan, we're almost to the end. I'm standing directly in front of the fan, but we're almost to the end. So I'm sure you guys can hear like the fan, but I don't want to move until the phone cools off a little bit. But we're almost to the end. Let's see, I think that's all right now. Yeah, I think that's good. What I was saying was, anyone that says they don't mind, any black person of any gender that says they don't mind being fetishized by a white person, to me is a coon. And y'all know I don't fuck with coons, so I'm at the end. Paula Patton just got shot. Saying that black American women and men are at the bottom of the dating pool and the marriage totem pole is very anti-black American. It is extremely anti-black American. And that's how people really feel. They really think that black Americans are at the bottom. And if they themselves are a black American, they like preemptively think that they're at the bottom and they're never going to get what they want. I feel sorry for those people. Really sorry. I can't imagine that type of self-hate. That shit got to eat you up inside. That's why they're so, I don't want to say bitter, but bitter is vile to me. Yeah, I'm black first. Most of the active black politicians have black spouses. And I think that too. Like, people also say, you know, oh, I want somebody that's like super rich, you know, that's making over $5 million or something like that. And I can't get that from a black man. Can we also discuss why black Americans overall are disenfranchised in this country to the point where we have no fucking money? That's also something that we could discuss. Like, motherfuckers are just really bought into white supremacy. And I'm just like not with it. It's coon shit to me. At the end of the day, is it a loss? No. For the black people who don't like to date or marry black people, why would I care that they marry outside their race? Like, bye. Right, that's how I feel. Every single time I see a story that's like some random black person said they didn't like another black person, I'd be like, who the fuck? Like, okay, like, go be coons and leave the rest of us the fuck alone. It's like, I really feel like this is something I really feel like it's agenda pushing for me personally. And it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy of people that already feel like they're not shit because they're black, so they think they're never going to get what they want, so they're like, I don't mind being fetishized. You're a coon. You're a coon. I think a lot of black women feel that way because of what they see in the media. You also have to understand that the media is propaganda. That the media is propaganda. The media is not real life. Which is why I said I wish that black Americans in particular, would like look up statistics and like see, because like all the demographics, like the social demographics of the United States are public knowledge. You can go look them up, US Census, all types of stuff. You can see who's married, what are the racial makeups, all these things. You don't have to get all of your fucking ideas about the black community from like rap. Like, you don't have, like, there's regular people. That's what I mean when I say, like, there's regular black people that work regular jobs, that black men and women, black Americans that are married. Regular people. They go to work every day. They come home to their black spouses and their black kids every day. They live their black ass lives every day. Like, yeah, I think he has to do Paula's body because he's the morgue person. I mean, I think the other dude was his father. Maybe his father could have did it, but I feel like it's his job, Nicole. Right, like you found a black man who does like black women. Obviously, there's going to be some, you know, some coons that say they don't like it. Okay. Find one that does. We don't have balanced reflections of ourselves in the media. That's why I said, like, there's so many people in the world. There's so many black people in the world. Like, find one that does. Yeah, Monica, you're in, like, Arizona. You have a tough time of it. You have a tough time. You got to get out of there. You got to get out of there. You got to get out of that state. What's wrong? The love below. Where you are. Just who we are. Oh, so close and yet so far. Dang, I haven't heard this song in a while. I can't remember what Rosario is saying during this part. She's like talking, but they're not playing it right here. Oh, look, he put the ring on her. It's yours for sure. Forever my fiance. She lives in my life. Where was I? She lives in my life. Oh, Chris, there are some women telling black women to straighten their hair and get a weave because men don't like nappy hair. I'm a vet queen. I let my husband know what I want from the gate. My best friend was married within 3 months, which I wouldn't have done. But now they've been married 7 years. She's black. Husband's black. She said on their first date, I'm looking to get married. And if you can't mess with that, you know, let's not waste each other's time. You know, like, they not, you know, living lavish, but they doing all right. I mean, she drive a Mercedes. Like, they doing all right. I'll be honest, say I used to think like that, but I realized that stuff is anti-black, and I don't want to think like that. I'll do a blowout, flat iron, or wear a wig from time to time, but it's not going to be an everyday thing. Vibrate. Oh, this is exactly what Marriage Markets is about, Olivia. You set your own dating boundaries and limitations. Hi, Nelson. Every black man I've had said they love my natural hair. I had to learn from my grandma bad experiences and doing my research online. See, and I think a large part of that is a problem. A lot of us don't have... Hi, oh, super chat, thank you. A lot of us as black Americans, like, we don't have the family structure for reasons that are not our fault because of institutional and structural racism. We don't have the family structure to, like, teach us how to date and have relationships and attachments in healthy ways. And that's encapsulates a lot of shit, including race and how we feel about, like, race and dating and opportunities and all these things. And then again, also when you're trying to, you know, move up in the world financially, and you feel like, well, you know, black people don't have shit, but you don't examine the why as to why we don't have shit. You're just like, niggas just don't have shit. Like, these motherfuckers just ain't shit. I'ma just go white. That's racist. Like, that's anti-black. The issue is people use anecdotes to form narratives. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. That's true. There are a lot of black Americans who don't have family support to promote self-confidence. White people will treat you worse than blacks, especially when they see the self-hate. They will treat you however. And it's a lot of people that's willing to trade that for, having a white person feeling like they doing something. And those people are coons. And I'm going to just call it what it is. Look at what Halle Berry went through with her white husband. Hi, Basima. We place too much stock and value on the opinions of fools, coons, and people who don't do nothing. Yeah, if you say you don't care that you're a fetish, you're a coon. Right, Nicole. No sympathy. Even if your white mate is nice, there's still a good chance they have a racist family you'll have to deal with. And I do think a lot of this is just like, it's anti-blackness. No matter how lonely I get, I'm not dating a white girl. Tim. Right, yes, BJ. It's a lot of fucking. BJ said something about the interracial YouTubers, the black women with the white men. A lot of the times, the black women are still the sole providers. How many of these interracial YouTube couples you seen that then they break up and you find out later that the black woman done paid for everything, the black woman done put this cracker through college, the black woman done everything, but he's white, so she just felt like he was a prize. Like, there are men of all colors and creeds who are trash no matter how gorgeous you are. I also find that a lot of these people take a lot more crap from their non-black partner than they ever would from a black partner, because they already think that their black partner ain't shit, and they already have all this grace for the non-black partner because they are suffering from a colonized mind, internalized anti-blackness. They already think that the non-black person is better. Hallie's baby daddy called her a nigger. Wanted to teach the children that they were not black. And she had to pay him a lot. Yeah, they broke up. He's trying to get $70,000 a month from Halle Berry. And him being white, he still is trying to get money out of her. Like, I respect the women that are like, all men are trash, more than the fucking women that are like, black men only are trash. Like, if you believe that all men are trash, like, like, I was about to say niggas are trash, and I mean like men in general. Like, if you believe that all these men ain't shit, okay, but you're not gonna tell me that black men are the only ones that ain't shit. Whether you stay home or date outside, vet. Right, everybody always has whatever options they want. But, like, don't be a coon. Hi, Kakashi. These Uncle Ruckus references be killing me. Asian women be roasting the fuck out of Asian men. I've been around it. It's weird. They love whiteness. And then white people let Asians know exactly how they felt about them once COVID hit. Like, white's gonna white. That's it. Rooster's original. Once again, great costumes with the flapper dancers. You got a network to get what you want. The movie just went off. You've got a network to get what you want. Ditch the damn fairy tales. Be honest. Dating with me is closed till further notice. Who's the princess, Trey? I know I'm behind. Oh, Meg is a princess and people are mad. Megan secured the bag and ran back with it to the US. Why is that so funny? Right, like, I don't understand dating. You just have to decide what you want and don't settle. That's the golden rule of dating. Decide what you want and don't settle. And also, if a nigga's not that into you, he's just not that into you. A nigga that's into you, you're never gonna have to chase around. You're never gonna have to chase him around begging you to buy you shit. You're never gonna have to chase him around begging him to show you attention. You're never gonna have to chase a nigga around for none of that shit that wanna be with you. That's, I feel, where 90% of dating issues come from. Like, set your standards and hold them. Period. What do I mean? I don't believe in dating. So hopefully I'll remember. I wrote a essay about this that hopefully I'll remember to link it in the comments after this is over. But what I mean when I say I don't believe in dating, I don't believe in what I call intentional dating. Unless you're social climbing. If you're just a regular person that's just like trying to like date, meet somebody, I don't believe in like online dating or like going to events like that to meet people. I don't really believe in that. I think that you should figure out what you want and what your interests are and do that, and you will meet people that way. Like, it should be natural. I don't believe in like dating. Like, I just don't believe in it. Like I said, that's why I use like a politician as an example. If you know you want to be a politician's wife, okay, are you going to events where you will come in contact with politicians? Are you, or even if you don't want to be a politician's wife, if you're interested in politics and you would love to end up with somebody that's also interested in politics, or a politician, you know, are you, like I said, are you going to town meetings? Are you going to town halls? Are you getting involved with local politics? Are you meeting people, you know, like Michelle and Barack, they met through work, politics, shared interests, you know, like you have to put yourself in situations to get what you want. That's what I mean. I'm lazy. I feel it should be organic, but I know I'm not in a space where I'd come in contact with the men I want. Yeah. So I use apps, but I quit. Yeah. And the app's just going to put you in contact with anybody. Like serial killers, murderers. Like, the app's going to put you in contact with anybody. So figure out what your interests are, what you want, and go with that. Exactly, Queen. Intentional dating. You want to be a preacher's spouse? Go to church conventions, things like that. Like, there's an episode of Sex and the City. I know this is going to sound like a random example, but there's an episode of Sex and the City where Charlotte is trying to, like, pull this nigga that is, like, super rich, and he's, like, into philanthropy. He's, like, super philanthropic. So Charlotte starts attending all these, like, philanthropic events so that she could, like, run into him. And, you know, like, that's the type. And she's white. Like, white bitches, like, they got the guidebook on that shit. Like, that's what you have to do. Ba-bum, bum, bum, bum. More and just cause I see it. Thank you. Let me finish up these comments. Where was I? Gotta network, ditch the fairy tales, be honest about what you want. I said I don't want a feminine man. I want a man who has the drive to get what he wants and doesn't depend on me. Ex had no ambition. That turned me off. And your new boyfriend is what you want better. Megan got a prince to renounce his royal status for her. I said I wanted a man who I could learn from and can teach me life lessons, and I got that. Hi, Blackamore. Asian women have mastered social climbing too. A lot of people don't date. Social media has destroyed dating. Or like if you want to pull a art nigga, are you going to art events? Are you one of my closest friends right now? I met her in real life at an art event. I went to an art event in real life. She sat right next to me. She was like really funny. At the end of the event, I was like, oh, let's hang out sometime. And we became like very close friends. We met in real life through our shared interests. There were men there too. If I wanted to like talk to some art niggas or something, you know, like we make dating really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. No, my phone's overheating because it's hot. My phone's actually new. It's just fucking hot as fuck. There's something definitely macabre about the cycle of getting into an interracial relationship to only later hate the very biracial children you birth as a result of said relationship. Is a vicious cycle. I have a huge problem with being fetishized. I want to be loved as a person. I'm not trying to be anyone's fetish. Keep that race play away from me. Yes, and that's what it is. It's race play. It's race play. It's race play. I'm not with it. I hate when people say we're at the bottom because I don't know about you, but I'm cute as fuck and I think I'm universally attractive. You're so cute, Monica. You know you are. I hate when people say that. It seems like a self-esteem issue. It's like preemptively you're saying you're at the bottom and you're not shit. And so you're going to just like take whatever white man you can get because you think he's better than you? Are you serious? Like you need therapy. You don't need a man. You need therapy before you date anybody. I'm going to look for it. Maybe. Let's see. Let me see. Hold on. Yes, by Angela Davis, The Color of Violence Against Women. The Color of Violence Against Women. Angela Davis. The Color of Violence. Violence Against Women of Color. Violence Against Women, Ongoing Challenge. I just Googled it. Maybe it's an essay that I read in book format, but that's what it's called. Whoops. I wanted to make sure, like, maybe I had the wrong title, but that's what it's called. I just looked it up. Let's see. Hi, Ali Oxenfree. Never want to be a fetish. Don't want to be a fetish in any capacity. I see a lot of black women slandering black men, talking about abandoning black men as a lost cause, as anti-black rhetoric that they've been waiting on an excuse to espouse. I cringe when people say we're at the bottom. That's the main discussion, in my opinion. Yeah, they already believe that we're at the bottom because they suffer from internalized anti-blackness. Which I have an old video on interracial dating where that's what I say in the video. I say that like 9 times out of 10, all these interracial daters already are suffering from anti-blackness, think they at the bottom, thinking they ain't shit, thinking they're going to get somewhere by dating somebody white because they think white people are better than us. That's cooning. That's cooning. I don't care what nice term they come up with, divesting. Like, no, that's cooning. You're a coon. Weirdos get amplified now. And it's the same thing with these niggas. I think it's they better because they got some white or exotic foreign bitch. They cooning too. Tap dancing ass fucking coons. Porch monkeys and jigaboos. No, don't want to be associated with none of them. It is an agenda. Social media isn't real. People think Twitter threads are academia. The media is carefully cultivated to achieve a specific purpose and function. We don't have balanced reflections of ourselves in the media. This is why Black love is important and should be celebrated and visible. Oh yeah, you said Andre 3000 had to do it because he's the town's mortician. I'm tired of all interracial relationships on every new show and movie. It feels like an agenda. I'm tired of it too. Definitely propaganda when certain black celebs go on tantrums. Yeah. Degrade their counterparts, have the gall to be bold, and then we pay them attention. Yes, queen. Either look at the stats or look up from your Twitter feeds, because the reality of who chooses who is all around you. I'm in Arizona too, but I travel back home to Louisiana often. Monica, just be gay. It was very tragic. How did you like the movie, Nicole? Did you like it? I didn't realize it was your first time. People act like black people choosing other black people is some type of anomaly when it's really the norm. I'm in Arizona too. I'm in Phoenix, staying inside. They're all white here. It's like Cali culture, but not as glamorous. I've tried being gay. All those bigots who said it was a choice lied. Monica, you are amazing. This man got no friends. Nicole, I'm finally seeing your comments. The marketing people say they try to reflect what's really happening in terms of interracial relationships, but you rarely see white men and Asian women in movie shows, commercials. Right! And they're the most highest demographic of interracial relationships. Like, there's an agenda being pushed. You can't tell me otherwise. It's 117 degrees. Wow, in Arizona? It's a lot of dating frustrations that are universal but are being expressed unfairly through racist narratives. Yeah, I agree. It's hot. 117 in Arizona, that's too much. It gets 120, it's the desert. You have to keep the same energy for any race that you date. It is hard. Dating is hard. Dating is hard. I think that it is possible to find someone who has similar goals and interests as you, but that in itself is hard. I feel like dating is hard. Just like relationships are hard and take work. Just like marriages are hard and take work. People don't want to put in the work. They just want some fantasy or fairy tale, and that's not how it's not going to happen. And then there's a lot of people that are talking themselves, a lot of black people that are talking themselves into thinking if they get a non-black spouse, because black people ain't shit, because of internalized anti-blackness that they already feel, they feel like everything's just going to magically work out, and that's not, no. Like, we were just talking about Meghan Markle. She had to motherfucking step down and leave because of the racism. You know, like, and she social climbed and got what she wanted, and then she still had to deal with the racism of being with this white man, and I mean, and all that shit about the motherfucking firm, which we're not even about to get into because the phone will definitely shut off. But you still have to deal with that stuff. Like, shit's just not gonna be sweet because you got you some white man or bitch, coons. If I'm not going to put up with colorism and anti-blackness with a black man, why would I put up with it from a non-black person? These people sound like they've lost their minds. Well, I'm fine being fetishized as long as he's white. Girl, okay. Therapy. That's what I always say to these stupid-ass people out here in Cali. Whites are going to white. Keep dating them and befriending them if you want. No, Black Dynamite next week. So we're going to start Black Dynamite next week. I think the episodes are only 22 minutes each, so we'll probably watch 2 or 3. And when we get through that, we're going to do Umbrella Academy, because Umbrella Academy comes back July 31st, season 2. I'm glad Andre 3000's character got his confidence and stepped out to do what he wants in life, but he had to go through the death of his fiance. Damn. You know when a nigga wants you. If they don't meet the standards, then move on. Damn, Seren making me rethink my expectations. Yes, the costuming designer for Idlewild was amazing. Yeah, people should date organically, intentionally. I agree. It's like the universe will send you someone. I agree. If it's not organic, I'm not doing it. Hi, Smiley. Intentional dating. You want to be a preacher spouse, go to church conventions, etc. Anyone I've been with has been an organic thing. Met them from work things or common interests. Can't be bothered to intentionally date. That's why I've never done blind dating. Seems like bullshit to me. Go to places you like to meet people you like. That's how every relationship has been for me. Form connections with the people in my immediate space and we hit it off. I'm about to be posted up at country clubs. But that's what you have to do for real. Like, I know you're joking, but that's what you have to do for real if that's what you want. I agree. I'm now in a relationship with my friend of 5 years. Organic and familiarity is the best thing for me. App dating is dangerous as fuck. I don't know how people are brave enough to do that. Smiley. Came across my man at a mailbox at our student apartment. Isn't there a movie called The Craigslist Killer? Yeah, based on a true story. I'm gonna start going to Comic Cons and scope out the black nerds. That's my ultimate fantasy. That's for the people who just can't be single. Men are also lazy. I've learned I present as high maintenance, and dudes know I'm not gonna fuck on date one, but damn, I wish they'd try. But those are not the men that you want. Like, niggas that are lazy and are not gonna like be able to deal with you being high maintenance. Like, you need a nigga that's gonna be like me. Like, I'm an only child. It's got to be what I want. Like, I'm sorry, like, it has to be what I want, or it's just not gonna work. And not to say that like all my relationships have been great and wonderful, because I've been in like a ton of like toxic relationships, bullshit relationships, but every single relationship I've ever had since I was in high school and I had my very first relationship, it's what I want. It's what I want. Like, it's me, it's what I want. Like, I'm spoiled. Like, I'm the spoiled brat. And if we're not on the same page, it's not gonna work. Like, I can't have no lazy ass nigga that can't give me what I want. It's just not gonna work. Oh, I need so much space. Y'all see my shirt? I need my space. Like, I need space. And it's cool if you're lazy, but that means it's not gonna work because I'm not gonna relax my standards. But that's something that again was told to me when I was young by my stepfather. That was put in my head. Hi, Marcy. Morris Brown is my favorite Outkast song. This film towards the end took me through it. Want to date a doctor? Go to the hospital. Got it. Girl, haven't you seen Maid in Manhattan? That's exactly how she ended up with motherfucking Steve the doctor. Nigga saved her from a fucking trash can. Morris Brown is still a bop. Y'all better start fainting in front of the hospital. Like, organically connecting with a significant other. Like, you just met them in the store while running errands. Dating is so much work and I'm never in the mood for the hassle. Y'all know Janelle Monáe was in the Morris Brown music video, right? She was brought out by Big Boy in Dungeon Family. That's how she got her start in her career. South Asian women be on that social climate shit too. Happy Sunday, y'all. Set your standards and never settle. You are the prize. That's the message of today's Bees Big. I'm gonna finish the rest of these comments, but that's the message of today's Bees Big. Bye, Davy. I think, oh, hi, LAX to San Gabriel. I think well-organized speed dating can be good too, but I agree meeting people through shared interests is great. I've never done speed dating. I know people do it for fun. You want to date a doctor, volunteer to take your nephew to the dentist, or take your friend's pet to the vet. Don't be surprised when that white man or woman you're in a relationship with wants to do a race play Django fantasy. I will, Queen. I'll link it. My goal now is to meet female friends with the same interests as me. The mother of the DeBarge family just settled for any white man, and look at the terror that was unleashed. Exactly. Vetting is important. Date interracially if you want, but proceed with caution and have talks. And like I said, brought people into the world that ended up suffering as a result of that trauma. You can't just be like, ooh, white is right. No. And these niggas ain't shit. No. Ah, Kendrick! No, a friend. I feel like that's why Tamara is with that white man, just because he was white. Tragic. She loves that he's white. Hi, Dipped in Indigo. Monica's my troll wife. Sketchnificent. Hi, Kimberly. Definitely an agenda to push interracial relationships. Arizona's unofficial motto should be, but it's a dry heat, though. Having been in an interracial relationship in the past, the fetishizing is really weird and uncomfortable. Like, we've literally had strangers tell us we'd have cute kids together. The fuck? Oh my gosh, Alex. It is weird. Very beautiful cinematography in Idlewild. White women are traditionally told to find a husband at college. Right. Exactly. I'm an only child. It's got to be what I want, Seren. Shadi said it's got to be what I want. It's just, that's it. That's all. Space. Do I need space? I'm an only child too. You sound like me. I'm spoiled as fuck. It's my way or the motherfucking highway. And that's why I don't like the self-fulfilling prophecy of like, it's never gonna happen, so I have to do this. No. Like, nah. It's a nigga out there that will give you what you want. It's plenty niggas out there that don't give a fuck. They don't mind like spoiling, doing what you want. They're out there. For real, I love natural hair, want to buy black as much as possible, and want reparations for Black Americans, descendants of American chattel slavery. I don't think I'm going to end up with a non-black person. Maybe Afro-Latinx. Don't relax your standards. Oh, I said Made in Manhattan. You're right. Wedding planner. I said Made in Manhattan. You're right. That was wedding planner. Yes, wedding planner. I think the black people who constantly like to talk about how they date white be wanting our attention on some trying to make us jealous type stuff. That's why I don't pay them no mind. Kakashi. That's absolutely true. Big boy is why Janelle Monáe is here. I'm glad someone else said it. I have high standards too, and that's why I'm single. I'd rather stay single than settle for less than what I'm worth. A lot of women in my family have married into bad relationships and money. I think that as a woman, it's important to have the ability to take care of yourself and buy yourself the things you want. My grandma spoiled me since my mom struggled. To MAGA. To MAGA. I just checked the weather. It's 102 in San Antonio right now. Even if you find one doctor on Twitter or whatever, they know all the other doctors. You could build relationships that way. One PA found one of my projects and reached out to me that way. The problem for me is I know exactly what I want. So do you feel like you're too exacting? I agree. Idlewild cinematography was A1. This is one of my go-to movies when I picture excellent black cinema. Oh, Queen, I hate you! Queen said I'm going to make a dating app and call it Black Entanglements. I need to get to the end of this chat now. Black Entanglements. I hate y'all so much. Y'all don't have no act right. My man literally went to a restaurant I wanted, even though he hated the food, and went to a theme park that I wanted that he didn't like. There are men who will do that for you. Yes. Black Entanglements. Can we talk about the fact that Janelle has been with Bad Boy for 10 years and is prospering? She's the only person on that label's history to last this long. Okay, and I got to the ends. Black entanglements. Oh, thank you so much, Owen. Thank you, Owen. Last super chat. But yeah, let the message of this live be set your standards, don't settle. There absolutely is a nigga out there for you. And I just mean a black person, regardless of gender, if that's what you want. And keep your legs closed to married people. So, next week we will be watching Black Dynamite. And after Black Dynamite is over, that's probably going to take us until Umbrella Academy. And then we're going to be doing Umbrella Academy. Yes, there is Zafuri. There is a black furry out there for you, Zafuri. I promise. All right. Bye, guys. See you.